I'm just curious. I think I'm.
No, I'm just wondering. Like,
no, you're playing this game, and then you're like, I'm just wondering.
No, I am wondering. Like, if you can't like publicly say like if you support something or not.
I didn't see the clip, so I can't comment. How do you like that?
Well, I mean, you can just pull up like any news.
Well,
like
you can link it. You can link it since you're so mad about it, and maybe
I'm
I'll
not
look
mad
at
about
it.
Dude, I'm not mad.
Do you still
about
think
it.
there's? Do you think there's fine people on both sides? Do you still think there's fine people on both sides, or what?
What, this isn't about people. I was just wondering about what he said.
No,
about
I'm just yeah. Trump said there were fine people on both sides. Do you think he meant that in the way that he meant that, or was it taken out of context, or what?
They were the first people to break into the Capitol. The people he said.
He said.
No. Fine people had nothing to do with people breaking in the Capitol.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Okay, yeah,
number one.
So
number two,
whole
taken out of context.
It was the Day of Love thing is ridiculous. I watched the video of this guy. He was like,
he literally said the January 6th protesters were fine.
Put their heads on pikes. Like,
no, he was talking about the Tiki Torch people and that dude who got in a Dodge Challenger and ran people over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but he wasn't. There was some protest shit prior to the January 6th.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep. So I got to educate you apparently, but
I already said it was wrong.
I'm pretty sure Donald Trump said that he loved Hitler and the KKK, and that he thinks they should overthrow the Capitol and kill all the Jews.
I was
Democrats drive Dodges.
No, aren't you a little bit late staying up here?
No, it's only 9:45.
Were you in California?
You
fucking queer.
Whoa.
Wait a minute. No, I thought you were in Virginia.
No, I do work in Virginia.
He voted for Harris too, probably. Because he was forced to, because the old man had to drop out.
Wait a minute. So, Snow, who wears the pants in your house? Since
what do you mean?
Don't worry, dude. It's fine. 4 years are gonna fly right by. Don't worry. They flew by with Biden. They're gonna fly right by with fucking Trump. Don't worry.
You know what? I actually think that we should have Trump's face on the what's that mountainside?
Mount Rushmore.
Yeah, we need to put him on Mount Rushmore.
Insurrection people.
I call Trump more. I call Trump Mount More. Trump Mount More. We're renaming it. That would trigger them so much if he bought a mountain and drilled his head into the side of it.
And I also think that he should run
for Trump underwear. Like,
he really should run for a third term.
I bet.
That's
even
crazier. I think he should at least be put on a coin or maybe like a new dollar bill or something like that.
He's got a coin, doesn't he? I didn't buy it, but
I would.
I think Melania had a coin too.
All the time. I want the convict picture on there.
Dude, it's so funny. Like nothing.
I don't care if it's a $30 bill. That's what I want.
I'm curious to know why nothing sticks to Trump. Like, what's up with that? Like, why does nothing stick to this guy?
Well, because he's a Teflon Don. You never heard his name back in New York?
People bow down to power. What are you talking about? They had a trial and everything and put him in court.
He got criminal immunity. He didn't get a trial.
Whatever.
He never got a trial.
He never had a
He
trial.
never did anything wrong.
Oh, poor baby. Well, let's be Biden. Let's fucking.
Let's never get anything wrong.
Can you admit that you just
be like
lied?
Why is it every time we criticize Trump, they go straight to criticizing Biden?
They like to do.
It doesn't matter. Biden did way better than. You know, the Chips and Science Act was better than anything that Trump signed, right?
Really? If it's so great, then why did Intel still not build their fucking factories?
You know how long it takes to build infrastructure, you retard?
Yeah, four fucking years, and that was.
You think it takes only 4 years to build chips and stuff? Oh, okay.
Well, I would imagine to get the fabs online, yeah, about 4 years, but they still had what $1 billion allocated to them, and they didn't fucking buy property or do anything.
Sure,
in
they have. I
Colorado,
own Intel stock, bro. What do you think you know about Intel?
Oh, good. Intel is garbage chips anyway, and AMD is destroying them.
Okay. Well, guess what? They're about to be making chips here in about a year or so, and then we'll
which
see.
means that I know everything about chips. I am
Is
so
that-
What do you mean
sorry.
they're not building anything in the U.S.?
I can tell you, you know what? Good luck with that, because
They're literally building a TSMC factory in Arizona as we speak.
well,
Actually, it's already built. What do you mean?
No, it's still under construction, but part of
And
it's
guess
already
what?
built.
And the point is that
Yeah,
Chips
what
and
did I
Science Act
just
is better
say? It's
than
already
anything Trump
built,
signed.
so-
He said it's already built. It's not fully built yet.
yay. Well, Trump's only been in there for like a month.
What about his
so
first
give it
term?
time.
He's been in there for 4 years plus a month. So that whole time, that one bill is better than anything Trump did.
No, you know what he did? You know what he did for me when he did his first term?
Absolutely
he got rid of
nothing.
that fucking bullshit mandate for insurance.
Hey.
That's what he got rid of.
Oh.
Thank you very much,
Okay.
Mr.
Let me ask you, what Dutch company does TSMC?
What do you mean? Oh, okay. That cost me $2,300 fucking dollars.
I can't hear what
because
you're
I didn't
saying.
have
Hold on.
insurance.
So you should
What-
have
what-
insurance.
what-
And didn't fucking need it.
Hold on.
Dude, I
What
can't hear
Dutch
you.
country?
motherfucker.
Hold on.
I
What
can't hear what you're
Dutch
saying.
company does TSMC need to build their chips?
What?
I'm not too sure.
What Dutch company does TSMC need to build their chips?
Dutch?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Do you know?
No, I said I'm not sure.
Okay, it's called ASML, right?
Huh?
And Trump prevented ASML from sending a copy of their lithography machine to China, which is
China.
probably better than the CHIPS Act by itself.
Oh,
China.
really? Are we?
Dude, I'm telling you what he,
We're-
I already told you what he did.
Did
First,
Trump-
like,
did Trump
couple
make-
days in office in
were we having
16,
chips here being
eliminated
made?
the fucking mandate, bro. Eliminated the mandate that was hurting Americans because they
hurting
didn't have insurance.
Americans, getting people insured.
That's right.
Getting people insured.
Yeah, it should be a choice, motherfucker.
Oh, I bet it should be. Right, of course.
It should be.
No, healthcare should be a right, not a choice. Honestly,
It's not a right. It's not a human right. Okay.
how is it
Bernie?
not a human
Like,
right? You don't have
it's
the
a
right to
privilege.
life.
It's a privilege. It's a privilege.
Oh my
It's a
god, you're a
privilege.
fucking
Get over
retard.
yourself.
Okay.
Well, get over yourself.
bet.
Driving your car is a privilege. All these things are privileges. They're not fucking rights. Okay. Get it in the fucking Constitution or get an amendment and make it a fucking thing, and then it can be a right. Okay.
What is life,
Until
liberty,
then,
and the
it's
pursuit of
not.
happiness? What does that first word life mean?
That's everything.
What does that mean? What does life mean in life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness? What does that mean?
That could be construed as everything.
So nothing. Okay, I got you. Move along, since you can't answer.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of
Well,
fucking.
let me
shit going
ask you:
around.
life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness is in what document?
It's in the Declaration of Independence. It's not a constitution. I understand.
Okay. So why does it matter? Why bring it up?
I don't know. I'm just saying. What is?
Well,
you know,
then you obviously have no idea. You have no idea what it references. So
I
why
just
bring it
did. I
up?
just told you. It was a Declaration of
Yeah.
Independence.
What does it reference? Why is there a right?
Do we not?
Your
Follow,
rights are
do we not?
stated
Do we
in the
not?
con-
Do we
your
not
rights are
try
stated-
to live
your
by the
rights are
Declaration of
stated in the
Independence?
Constitution.
It's only
Your
the
rights are
motto.
stated in the
I know,
It's only
right?
the motto we follow.
Reason-
I know,
to the
right?
Declaration
It's
of
literally what
Independence,
America is, but you guys
because
are
that
fighting about it, right?
King
Of course.
George did not give us that.
Correct.
Well,
What
it
what does
said-
King George
Get
do?
in- get in the
Actually,
Constitution
it's not,
and-
in the Constitution, it's like you don't have the right to anything. That's what you sound like.
Oh, another idiot. Jeez.
Yeah, because you guys.
You know, maybe they get up like at night when they're like
Hey
zombies.
guys, I have the right to free stuff. Give me some free stuff.
Okay. Do you know that it's all the poor Republican people that get all the fucking handouts from the government? So what are you guys talking about? It's you guys that take most of the government money. Your
I don't
farmers,
take anything
all the
from the
rural
government.
people.
Hater
How
at
do you
it
how do you
now.
think a
Hey,
city
you
of
know what?
1,000 people?
Hey, you know what?
How do you
Hey,
think
know
a
what?
city
Hey,
of
you know what,
1,000 people
Dink?
have
Hey,
a
you know what,
hospital
Dink?
or cops?
You know what, Dink?
Who pays for
You
the
know what,
hospital or
Dink?
cops?
I would get rid of it. I would get rid of all of it. All
I know you would
subsidies,
because you're a
all
dummy. You
bullshit.
don't care about society.
No, I don't care.
I know
No,
you don't care about
I-
society.
That's right. That's right. That's
I
right.
know.
Because I don't own
Care
that business that's
about
not getting subsidies. So get rid of all of it.
I bet.
Get rid of all deductions.
I
Get rid
know.
of all business fucking shit. Put these motherfuckers. Put everyone on a flat tax.
Flat tax is the stupidest
flat
thing in the world,
tax.
but okay.
Oh, okay. Well, it's not stupid when it's 2% across the board for somebody
It
who's
is
making like
stupid.
$23,000.
Oh, so
Okay,
you,
you just keep
you know
upping it.
right now
You
we
just
tax
keep
people at
upping it.
37%. So you're
And
gonna cut
Yeah,
those people's
yeah.
taxes 35%, and you think you're not gonna have a fucking an inflation and or deficit raising? What are you talking about? You don't know how economies
Cutting
work.
taxes is going to increase inflation. Is that what you just said?
if you cut 35% of revenue from all the people that, like I said, the highest tax bracket is 37%. He's saying drop it down to 2%. So you're losing on 35% revenue. What do you think's going to happen to the deficit and everything we do?
How many people make $23,000 a year? How many people make $23,000 a year?
I don't know. What do you think?
Okay, I don't know. Anyways, they would fall into. I'm just throwing this out there. I'm spitballing anyway. I never said it was fucking in concrete, retard. I didn't say draw it in concrete. I'm just spitballing here.
You're saying it, so obviously you believe in it, right?
Well, I do believe in like freezing all spending. Stop kicking. You're gonna have to kick the can down the road for a while. You're gonna have to fucking flat tax this shit and put them in brackets.
What do you mean flat tax? I just gave you. I just told you flat tax doesn't work. I just showed you.
Well, without any increased spending, like the spending has to be cut. You cut spending. You do all these little things, and like it works out. So I don't know what you're talking about. Like, why is it I gotta balance my Why do I gotta balance my fucking budget every fucking month and every year, and these motherfuckers don't have to, right?
Who's these? The government?
The government, yeah. Why are they allowed to fucking just fucking write checks for themselves?
Why can't we go back to what do you guys always talk about the good old times? Back to the 50s where we actually taxed rich people fucking like what was it 50+%?
Because the country's been falling apart since 1902. So
no, it hasn't, bro. We
yes,
literally became the greatest country in the world since then. What are you talking? We weren't the world superpower in 1902.
Why
with corruption?
Why does
we were not the superpower in 1902
and Bezos
were we a superpower
more than the bottom 50%?
With corruption in the government,
were we a superpower in 1902? No. So when you say we're not better,
you had Great Depression. You had Federal Reserve Act coming in within the next couple of years.
Are we the biggest and best country in the world right now?
I don't know.
Yes, the answer is
maybe.
Yes. No, the answer is yes. And yeah, so we're doing better than we ever done before. So thank you. Okay.
Yeah, well, okay, then keep the corruption under.
I don't think we're the richest country. I think we have the richest.
Look at anything. Look at GDP. Look at any.
I mean, Saudi Arabia does have gold bars and fucking vending machines, and we don't.
Saudi Arabia.
So
you want to?
I mean, we don't have
Saudi Arabia's
gold bars.
GDP?
Can you imagine putting gold bars in Harlem in a fucking vending machine? How fast it would be rated by the shitbag people in this country?
What are you talking about, honestly?
What are you talking about?
This is showing from CRS reports 154 million tax returns were filed for the 2018 tax year. Of those, 0.5% were subject to the top marginal tax rate of 37%. 0.5%.
Yeah. And you want to and who do you think that 0.5% is? Do you think they're all billionaires? Probably, like millionaires and stuff like that, right?
No, this is middle upper.
No, 37% tax bracket is for $650,000 or more. I already know.
Well, that's upper whatever. Upper middle class.
I'm saying you want to cut that from 37 to 2%. That's silly. And
I didn't
Saudi Arabia's GDP.
I never said that.
Yes, you did.
I said people that make $23,000. You dipshit.
You said you want to have a flat tax of like 2%. That's literally what you said. That's literally what you said.
For what? And for what income, you fucker? I said $23,000. I think the poor people should get less in tax, and it should progressively go up.
So you don't want a flat tax then? No, that means you don't want a flat tax. You want what we have.
No, you get a flat tax across the board for your tax bracket for whatever you make. Then it just progressively goes up.
So what it is right now? What's the problem then? We literally have that system right now.
Yeah, but it's not fully like that though, because we have deductions, we have business expenses, we have subsidies.
You can talk about corporate shit. Yes, that I may probably agree with you more than on the corporate shit, but not individual.
I'm talking to agree with you. That's what I was saying. Get rid of it all. Get rid of it all. Marital status fucking shit. The child tax credit. Get rid of all of it.
That's silly.
What?
Yeah, of course. You make no sense. Keep going.
It doesn't make Bumper, it does Bumper. Make sense.
No, it doesn't.
Hold on, Bumper. What happens if, as a corporation, you get taxed twice?
Well, how would you get taxed twice?
Because as a corporation, you get taxed, right?
Yep.
And then as an employee of the corporation, don't you get taxed again?
Wait, what? Can you repeat what you said?
There's countless things that are getting double taxed all the time. Like if I buy a vehicle and then I pay it off, Tech, and then I sell it, they tax it again. It's like, why are you taxing something that was already taxed? It shouldn't exist.
Do you like roads? Do you like things that we have?
Hey, you know what? That's what property taxes
do you like medicine? Do you like military?
They can keep
the military? Do you like police officers? Do you like
they can keep their
firefighters?
You know what? Maybe we need some more privatized businesses to step in. I don't know.
Yeah, the ones that
You
are-
like you
the
like
corrupt people.
Oh, hold on.
I know, right? Okay.
No, we can engage with each other.
Man,
without,
this
like,
guy
getting
is
hostile.
clearly really good at debating. He makes funny noises.
I know.
I don't
right?
care, dude. I don't care.
I
You're
know,
not
'cause you're
coming
a
up with any
retard,
better
bro. I understand,
solutions
bro.
either. You're not coming up
Do
with
you
anything
wear a
better
helmet?
anyway.
Hey, I got
You're
a
throwing the
question.
ball
When
in
you
my
eat the
fucking
Tide
court.
Pods, do you break them in half and eat them like fucking Oreos
I
one at a
don't
time,
eat the
or do you
Tide
double
Pods,
stuff
you
them and
fucking
eat them all
bastard.
together?
I don't eat.
Like,
I don't.
I
eat Tide
gotta
Pods,
know, bro.
stupid
Is that how you
shit.
eat them? Do you eat the
I
Tide
just-
Pods
I
one
gotta-
at a time, or do you eat them? Do you double stuff them? Do you double stuff these bitches, or do you fucking eat them all at once?
Trump's bad.
Hey,
Trump's
dang.
bad. What do you do? Trump's bad.
Of course. I
Hey,
bet you're a
hey,
double
hey.
stuffer, bro.
No,
Dang.
no, I
Give
blame
me-
you for all
give
of
me
this.
your-
I bet you don't.
You
Even, I
guys
bet you.
fucking
I bet
chubby
you don't
bunny
even
with those
contribute
Tide
to society
Pods.
by having children. I bet you don't even fucking
I do have
contribute to
kids,
society
bro.
by having children. Well, good. I hope you do. Then you should know that this is fucking terrible. Half of this shit
What's
that's
so
coming
terrible?
down the pipe.
What are you talking about?
Dang.
Don't. Why do you cause
What
this
is your
everywhere
what
you
is
go?
your
Snow?
throw at the
What
tax
was that?
What was that?
issue?
Why do you cause this everywhere you go, Snow?
Dude, I am the most peaceful person in this Discord. I haven't
know.
called one person a name. I haven't insulted one person. Like, I am as peaceful as it comes. Like, I don't raise my voice at you
No,
guys.
he thinks he's debating. He's not really debating. He's just like he's acting like Destiny and just
You're
saying the
making
stupid
funny
shit.
noises.
Well, it's because
not
I don't know
debating.
why you.
it's
I
because
don't know
it's
why you
because
get
he's
so
not
worked up.
offering solutions either. And I said it was
I
all
am. You're not
spitballing.
listening.
It's spitballing, and you're taking it like it's
Bumper,
fucking
hold on a second.
concrete.
Let's hear what Dank. What is your throw on the tax stuff?
Well, flat tax doesn't work, so that was my whole point this whole time. Flat tax is silly.
Okay.
Okay, he wants a progressive tax, which he already said, so which is what we have right now. And I'm saying that 37% where it cuts off at $650,000, maybe you raise it to 40% for like $10 million plus people.
And how many people are making fucking $10 million?
About fucking a bunch of them. You want me to look? How many?
No, I could have sworn Glenn Beck did a statistic the other day that only said
Glenn
we had
Beck.
like 22 million fucking millionaires or something or whatever the
That's
fuck
a lot
it
of
was.
that's a lot of millionaires, right?
22 million? I don't know. Maybe.
Out of
Yeah,
150
but
out of
even-
150
even-
million
even-
workers?
Well,
no, the problem is that the millionaires,
okay,
their
300
income is not
300,000
millions of dollars.
300,000. You have to call 300 million people because like 40 million are kids. So
No, it's more than that. It's like we probably have like 180, 170 million actual working age people. Because you got to remember how many people are 65 plus.
I think it's around. We have like 140-ish million taxpayers.
Yeah, because
in the
there's a
US.
lot of people that are 65 plus that don't work either. They're in the retirement
Like
stage,
there's
too.
children, there's retirees,
Yeah.
there's like a whole bunch of people. There's people on disability. Like there's all
well,
that.
they should have all those stats. I mean, if you fucking go pull them up, they should know what they're paying out to disability and what they're paying out to like
They do
Social
know.
Security. Well, okay. I haven't looked into it because I don't particularly can remember all these stats anyway. But when they are rambled off, I heard 22 million millionaires or something the other day or whatever the fuck it was. Million plus or something.
Okay, so Elon Musk 417 billion,
Mhm.
Zuckerberg 204 billion, and Bezos 231 billion, and these guys are not taxed fucking jack shit.
Exactly.
I-
And they should probably
They
pay
definitely
40%.
make way more than six figures.
And how are they getting? And how are they weaseling out of it? With what deductions or business?
Dude,
Like,
okay,
how are not
this-
paying
so-
themselves or doing stock
Bumper,
dividends
hop in
and
my
selling
stream. No,
stocks?
Bumper,
Like,
hop in my stream. All right.
how are they getting away with it? Because the
just hop
richer
in
keep
my
getting
stream.
richer.
Hop in my stream. All right,
Yeah.
and I'll show you real quick.
I gotta go to work soon anyway.
Dude, well, I'll be real quick. Bill Gates total Microsoft shares. Right. We'll just look it up. How many shares does he
I
have?
think it's 51. Doesn't he? 40.
Probably
Doesn't he
51.
retain like the highest amount?
Probably, yeah.
Well,
I don't think
would.
he's the. I don't think he's the. He owns about 1%. Okay, to give you an insight, he owns 103 million shares of Microsoft. Right. We look at Microsoft. What was it, dividend?
Mm-hmm.
83 cents per quarter times 4. $3.32.
Times whatever you said.
103 million.
103.
He gets $341 million a year off his Microsoft dividends. To give perspective, the capital gains tax right now is
32%. Is it?
No, it's 20%.
Did it get lowered by Trump? Trump probably lowered.
Trump dropped it from 25% down to 20%. So he pays $68 million. So on that $341 million, he gets taxed only $68 million. Less than you. I don't know where you live, but we'll just look up state which there's no income tax, right? There's no income tax in Texas. So we just look up a taxes calculator right here. Whoops. I don't know why you guys are taking screenshots.
I mean, I'm not saying these guys don't.
And we just say, no, I know, but we're
we
saying
know
we'll
they
take
do.
the average.
We know they don't.
We'll just say you make $60,000 a year, average Joe. You get taxed at around a rate of. Where's the sold rate? Of around 22%, usually in Texas. Why is someone who's making $60,000 getting taxed more than someone who's making $341 million just off the dividends they make off their stock?
Again,
not even counting other incomes. I'm just saying,
blame the fucking tax writers or the fucking.
Well, I mean, the last budget was this. The current tax structure that we're under is literally written by Trump's team. It was sponsored by Republicans. Like, I don't really know what to do here.
Okay, well, all I know is I got rid of. I'm just telling you. All I know is my anecdotal evidence, and I got rid of. We got rid of the insurance mandate. We got rid of the insurance mandate in 2016, which I had to pay fucking $2,300 or whatever because me and my wife were uninsured and we're young and we're healthy and we didn't fucking need it, and I didn't want to spend $400 a month for insurance that I didn't need. Don't ugh me. Don't ugh me.
You don't understand that it's healthy people that subsidize 6 people, right?
I'm just wondering, like, it's like you all this like
again. You want to force this stuff on me, and some of the stuff I don't want.
I'm not trying to force anything on you. I'm just saying this. What about ism? Okay, well, that's whatever you want. I don't care.
Again, and then I got raises every year, and then I got raises every year under Trump, and I'm probably going to get a. And in fact, I think my wife just got a raise the other day, but that's probably from Biden technically. So good for him.
Can I speak?
Like, I didn't get anything for 8 years under Obama's ass, dude. Nothing.
Okay.
They have pitted you against the other side without even realizing the entire fight here is like rich people versus poor people.
Well,
and
of course,
fall into the poor category because you make under $300,000 a year.
Yeah, of course.
So why are you getting mad at the other side instead of the people who are literally like taking money directly out of the coffers?
No, I just told you, clean out your earwax. Trickle down trickonomics does work. I got a raise every fucking year.
It never works.
Okay,
no, it doesn't. But your anecdotal evidence for 4 years under Trump doesn't work.
Since the 80s.
Let me speak. Then
let
why?
Let me speak. I just don't live your life. No, because I got a raise every year under that motherfucker.
Okay,
our company was prospering. They had fucking money.
But I'm just asking you, why do we see the concentration of wealth? Why do we see the concentration of wealth every single year go up at the top 1%?
Because of their Ponzi schemes. Because of their Ponzi schemes. What's your point?
So trickle down economics doesn't work. Is what you're saying.
It did work for me in my company when I got raises every year. So that's all I know.
So because one person had success, I had a better life.
I had a better life.
I got a 25% raise under Biden.
I had a better life under Trump.
I got a raise under Biden too. So what's your point? Of course.
Then there you go. Well, that's why you like him. That's probably why. It's probably why you're a fucking old man. I'm just
wondering. Like, all I'm wondering is, do these policies actually benefit the average American? I think we can agree that they don't. Probably not. So why would you vote for one?
But a couple of them did, and didn't they just pass the no tax on tips and no tax on overtime?
No, there was nothing about that in the budget resolution. Yeah. And not only that, but it hasn't been fully passed.
It is.
It hasn't been fully passed. It's just the budget resolution that was written by Republicans in the House with a few others, and they passed it in the House as they have a majority there.
If it gets to the Senate, if it gets through, then whatever. Great. That was another campaign promise.
What do you mean? There's nothing in there about tax, like removing tax on tips or removing tax on overtime.
Well, I'm just hearing again. I didn't see it get signed by Trump yet, so I don't.
All right, well,
the chickens till they hatch.
Okay, are you still on my stream?
I don't care, dude.
He doesn't want to
eat the rich. Then go get a dress. Go get a dress like AOC.
He wants to be ignorant.
I just don't care.
I know because
I would rather be taxed cheaper. No, because I told you I'd rather be taxed cheaper.
Well, you're not getting lower taxes. Look, I'm
dude, I know. I have the budget resolution. Blue is not doing it either, Snow.
Look,
Blue is not doing it either. So what's your point? What's your point?
I never said it was.
What's What's your point? I voted for the black guy. Put him in the office. It didn't fucking help the first time. It didn't help shit. Black people still got fucking saying their bullshit, doing their bullshit. He didn't help any black people. Right, why wouldn't this black dude help all his own fucking people? Right?
I mean, I'm down to criticize every administration with you, but it's like, what aboutism? I'm down to criticize every administration.
What do you mean the what aboutism?
Do you have one nice thing to say about a Democratic president? I just want to know. Tell me a Democratic president that you like.
Biden pardoned his family. It was great.
I think even
what crimes did he pardon them for?
Do not agree with that.
What crimes did he pardon them for?
Future crimes or ones from 2014? I don't fucking
know. And they've never been charged with anything.
They're probably not going to be. They're probably not going to be charged with anything.
You know who was charged with crimes? Paul Manafort, for obstruction of justice.
Why would you
bribing?
Roger Stone probably should be in jail. I don't give a fuck about that motherfucker.
Bribing people with real evidence and real money, that is crimes, which I think should be in prison.
But again, who's the guy, Mayor Garland or whatever? He fucking did obstruction. Yeah, he did obstruction of fucking Congress. He didn't get in trouble.
What do you obstruct?
Oh god, I'm not going to get into this because you guys are blind to your own shit too.
I'm not. I'm just wondering. I just asked the question. You're blind to it.
Claims. That's the reason why.
I'm just asking. Okay, Democrats win. You win. That's it. I'm done.
Okay,
I'm done.
Well, my question.
Moving on. Let's talk about pizza because that's something we could probably agree on.
Why are you just moving on? I'm just saying.
Because I'm done. I'm done. You win, motherfucker. I don't care anymore. It's old. It's fucking old.
You obviously do care because you're a little emotional. But we're gonna ignore that.
For the next 4 fucking years, you'll laugh word. Deal with it.
Don't you like Merrick Garland? Merrick Garland didn't prosecute Trump. Wouldn't you like that?
Don't care. Well, he probably couldn't do anything to him anyway. Wouldn't stick. He had immunity according to this guy.
He chose not to open.
I'm gonna wake up my whole household yelling at your fucking retarded blue-ass motherfucker.
Why are you getting mad, dude? No one here is mad about you.
Yeah, because you just won't listen and you keep fucking poking the fucking bear like a fucking retard.
Dude, I'm literally pulling up the
budget resolution. I said it works for me. I can't help you. You think I'm blinded, but the shit works for me. So what can I say? When I'm voting a certain way and it's working for me, and my anecdotal evidence is working for me, fuck you.
No, what you said is not working for you. You said
it is working for me. I told you, you fucking retard.
Why are you complaining? Then why are you complaining? Why are you complaining then?
Right.
I told you, listen.
You love paying more money than Elon Musk.
And you don't fucking listen. You don't listen. Got rid of the mandate. 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 2016. Got rid of the mandate. How much more can I tell you that he did something for me?
You're literally complaining about taxes, and the majority of the government is controlled by Republicans.
Are you happy now?
The Republicans have controlled the House.
I will scoop this slow because I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I know you don't care.
There's some dumb fuck over the internet that probably makes $200K and is living in his fucking life of luxury, and I don't give a fuck.
No, man, I'm relating to you, dude. I know it's a struggle.
You're not relating to anything.
I am, dude. I know it's a struggle out there. Life sucks.
No,
things are not going good for the average American.
I've got fucking everything I need, dude. I've got a car, a house. I'm good. We're solid, bro.
You're not solid, though. You're complaining about how society is.
I am solid.
You're complaining about your taxes. You were just complaining about your property taxes. Yeah. I'm here with you, brother.
Aren't going up. They're not going up. They're fine.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna go up. I hate to break it to you, but
well, then I guess I'll have to get a third job and do what Americans do.
See, well, you said you already have 2 jobs. I don't think that.
No, I don't. I didn't say I had 2 jobs.
That already never said I had 2 jobs. You have 2 jobs.
I don't have 2 jobs.
You implied that you had 2 jobs, saying you had to get a 3rd job.
That's funny.
No, that's the typical person, is what I guess.
Well, you say, I had to get a 3rd job. I would assume that you already have 2.
Well, you're assuming wrong, you fucking blue fuck.
Then why would you say you need to get
like a dummy?
I don't care,
dude. Look, man, I'm just trying to educate you on what's happening in Congress, and
I don't care. I don't care. Again,
then why are you talking?
I don't care.
Why are you talking about politics if you don't care?
You lost. Get over it. You lost.
Dude, I know that
you guys lost.
I can accept the
Get
election.
over it.
Hey, at least we didn't. At least we didn't insurrect the Capitol when we lost. That's a big difference between us.
4 broken windows and some dumb bitch who should have been shot for breaking the window and climbing in anyway.
Cool. Okay.
Dude, all I'm gonna say is
hey, I'm talking.
Calling for the death of politicians.
Yeah, Snake is talking.
Look, I think you should be banned. Hold on, I just need to clip this real quick.
Let me go ahead. I'm assuming you're left. You're left wing.
No, I'm independent. I'm registered as independent.
Okay, Dank, what are you?
I've never been anything my whole life.
What are
Look,
you?
all I can say is that
I would probably say I'm
that's
center
how
left,
politics is
but
traded.
doesn't mean I have to vote on anything just because.
So you would rather not vote at all?
No, I do vote. I'm saying
No,
that
he's
I-
saying he's saying that he would vote for the person that like
what is
represents
it with
him.
MAGA?
Yes.
It's like you have to pick a side. If you're independent but you support the left, that
Like,
means
I
you're a
literally said-
Democrat.
I literally
Okay,
say
but
like,
so you're
like
done.
You have to
Hey,
pick the lesser
so
of two
James-
evils every time. They never win.
It's
So you're
picking
saying
my
you're more
fucking
centered
poison.
left,
When I
correct?
go to the
Yes.
polls, I have to pick which one's
Okay.
going to do better. I pick blue or I pick red. That doesn't make me a conservative. That doesn't make me a Democrat. I pick what I think is best for the country.
Mhm.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think Kamala Harris was best for the country.
I don't think she would have introduced the instability that Trump has in the past.
Correct.
I think she would have tried to tell businesses what to do with the fucking their products, and that they can't charge whatever they feel that they think they need. They can get with their capitalism.
Isn't
I
Trump
think
doing
she.
that though?
I think she.
Isn't that
No.
what tariffs are?
What?
Wait,
Isn't that what a
no,
tariff
that- no.
does?
No, that's on imports in the country.
So you're not
I'm
having
ready
fair-
for
you're
Trump
not
to
having
get
fair
on your
trade then,
bad
right?
side with this
Okay.
That's
stupid
not-
tariff
That's telling
bullshit.
telling
We don't
companies
want
what they
free
can do,
trade.
right? Okay.
No, outsider
That just
companies.
literally
Sure.
literally just defeated your own argument with your own fucking words.
No,
bro.
no, it didn't. No, it didn't. Because if you're fucking bringing shit into the country, well, then you're gonna get tariffs.
So you're not
What are
fair
you talking
trade
about?
then, right?
No, I don't want fair trade. Why
Okay.
the fuck? Why should the fuck should we care? They do this. Have you looked at what the French has put on us? Technically, the Macron thing that he met with him the other day.
Mhm.
There's like 200 and something % on some of that stuff. Let me look that up.
He
and bring
improved that
that up.
after
So-
Trump made threats.
Mm.
Look, I'm gonna
Again,
say
I don't fucking
Tariffs
care.
carried on to the
Waller and
consumer, yes
suffer
or
for
no,
fucking
because-
4 years. Don't care. Sit on it and rotate, and then hopefully it'll fucking continue on with Vance and whoever else is going to carry it on.
like
'cause I don't
know
care
why you're
anymore.
so mad, dude.
I know you're
I'm mad
right.
because
I'm sorry, Vance is too awkward
you're
to
gonna vote
even-
blue no matter who, and I'm gonna vote red no matter who, and it's
No,
a
I don't,
fucking
bro.
exhausting
Yeah, none of us said
fucking
that.
battle.
You know that this last election
Well,
was the first
I
time I
don't
voted for a
vote.
Democrat in my life.
Then throw your vote away to a 1%er and feel better about it.
No, I don't
I
vote
didn't say
red or
that.
blue. I vote for who I believe is going to represent the country the best.
Exactly.
Right. So
Like,
if it's blue, then it's blue, right? So who did you vote for in this last presidential election?
I'll tell you, I just voted for Harris.
Exactly. So you voted blue.
This past election,
And
not
you-
every election. That's what he's saying.
Yeah,
Okay, well, great. So then you didn't vote for Trump in 2020, obviously, and I would assume you probably didn't even vote for him in 2016.
Who voted for Harris?
yeah. Why would I vote for a con artist?
See what I'm saying?
What?
So who's been voting blue for like fucking 20 fucking years? Your bitch
That's-
ass,
that's-
right?
Because you
That's
guys
only
are running
12,
someone
but
who
yeah,
can't
math's hard
people
for
in
you,
New
I
York.
No,
Dang.
I don't know
And
how old
you
you are,
like
so I'm
because
going back a
voted
few more
for-
years.
aligns with him the most, perhaps. Just like the right aligns with you the most.
Look, all
Hey,
I can
hey,
say
Dave,
is I don't know why you're getting
Tell
so
me,
mad.
tell me what you thought Kamala was going to get done in the next 4 years.
She wanted to tear down the
Ruling
whole
the
government.
country.
How about just that alone? How
She
about
won't-
we wouldn't be siding
Oh,
with
yeah,
a dictator
I'll
right
speak.
now.
I'll
And
speak
Putin.
real quick. Honestly,
Dictator?
as I said, regardless of
ass?
Well, maybe she can be a
Regardless-
better governor in California, and then we'll see how she
Regardless-
is.
She was never a
She
governor,
could be
dummy.
a governor for
Otherwise,
California.
She was
Maybe
never a
I'd vote
governor,
for her,
bro.
but-
So
Nah,
I-
no,
No,
she's
she's
not
running.
leaving
She's
his
running.
road.
She's running
China.
for governor. She's
She's a
announced
psychopath.
that she's announced that
thinks
she's
Trump
running
is a
for governor in
dictator?
California.
no,
Yes,
we
man.
said
And
No.
she's unqualified in every way.
Trump said that what was it? Putin is a great guy and wants to side with Russia and the
He
UN.
says that. He says that. But you see, you guys think everything is so full in context with him. It's like he's a
What,
great
what,
you
guy.
say
what,
that,
hap-
what do you
what
mean?
happens when you
He's a
do
great guy.
an agreement without the other side?
Guy. Like you don't understand like
What
the
happens
when
sarcasm
you make
and
an agreement without the
gaslighting
other
in
side?
Trump's fucking
He's the
tone.
sitting president of the United
Doesn't
States.
matter.
He's not a fucking comedian.
Right?
Why are we?
Well, I think
why
he
are we
is.
siding with
I think
Russia
he
over
is when
allies?
he's tweeting
Yeah,
like
why we
fat
throwing
jokes
away
at
Europe for
fucking
Russia?
fat burger, dude.
Wait, why are we siding with Russia
Who
over
gives a
allies?
shit if he doesn't like Monica Lewinsky?
I don't think Zelensky's a very good ally either with the shit he stirs up.
Okay, but he's better.
Okay,
So
what did
he's
he stir
not
up?
better than
So
Putin.
it's a proxy war.
Wait.
Okay.
So it's
Wait,
a proxy
what?
war to test our weapons.
What
That's
did
all this
Zelensky
shit
stir up?
is.
What did Zelensky stir up?
Oh God.
What has Zelensky done?
Are you saying Zelensky
Let-
attacked
you know
Russia?
what? I'm done. I'm disengaging because you're just going to take everything I say out of context.
Well, you
and
said what
twist it.
Zelensky did. Didn't Russia
Because
attack
it
Ukraine?
doesn't matter what I tell you and try to educate you about. You'll just twist it again. That's
No,
what
because
you
we know the
literally
evidence.
just
You
said-
don't.
You literally
What do you
said
mean
that
the
Zelensky
evidence?
stirred up. Did you? Are you saying
You're
that?
called him a
saying that-
dictator,
You think
bro.
that Zelensky's worse
I
than
mean,
Putin?
that's
I didn't
crazy.
say Zelensky was a dictator.
No, you said Trump was. Wasn't that you?
No. Why don't you
Who
get your
said that
voices
then?
right?
Nobody
Who said that then?
I said
Fucking-
Trump sides with
Nah,
dictators.
somebody did.
He said sides with
Oh.
dictators. Yeah,
I'm
he
saying he
said
sides
Trump is a
with
he-
Putin.
wannabe dictator for sure.
He did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kinda hostile, bro. Chill.
whatever.
I mean,
chill.
some
What
people
is that,
straight
dude?
value
Out of
Hitler.
context.
Why you,
Trump
why you
even said him-
hostile?
I don't know
I'm
why.
hostile. I'm
No,
hostile
he's like
because
actually
I'm
mad.
hostile because I
Chill,
deal with this
Bumper.
shit from my fucking retarded
Bumper,
sister too.
chill.
Shit,
Chill.
I don't- well,
Who went
first
through
off-
fucking college and
Why
who's
you
been
so
fucking
mad, bro?
indoctrinated
Oh,
like
so
a
she's
retard.
actually smart. She's
Holy
not a
man.
retard.
So
Makes
she's,
sense.
she's actually smart.
Jesus
No,
Christ.
no, she's
Mad,
actually
yeah.
not smart.
It's funny how
She
actually
education.
She got
not
a higher
smart.
education than me.
I know,
She-
right?
She's like
got-
indoctrinated,
I
and
hope she
they.
enjoys.
I know, it's so
I hope she
funny.
enjoys her five fucking COVID shots too. That didn't really do anything for her.
Oh, I bet, and I bet she's dead
Except
too,
cause
right?
problems.
Oh, she must be dead from all the vaccine
Uh,
problems,
Like,
right? Too, right?
all I know,
Oh, she-
all I
she
know
goes
is
third
that-
arm. Did she grow third arm?
Not yet,
Oh, okay.
away.
but she does have complications.
I bet she doesn't.
I bet
I bet she does.
I bet.
I bet she does.
I bet the
I bet she
complication is you
does.
being her family
Like-
member.
Yeah.
All I can say is I don't know why like you're calling your family members names like that's
because
kinda-
she's retarded. Because we were never fucking politically whatever until she went to college and started getting
Yeah, till she got
indoctrinated and
smart.
acting like a retard. It's not smartism. It's fucking
Well,
Marxism.
she probably grew up and decided to get into
Marxism?
Oh, yeah,
politics.
you don't even know what Marxism is.
Yeah, I do.
That's wild.
No,
What
you
is-
don't, dude.
They
Tell us
teach it
what it
all the
is.
time in college.
Tell us
Okay,
what
you
it
guys
is.
win.
What's
I'm
Marxism
done.
then?
You
You
guys
said you
win.
didn't go to college.
You
You said
win.
didn't
I'm
go to
done.
college.
You
Tell us
win.
everything
Yay!
about
Get
it.
your
What's
clips.
Marxism?
You win. Bye.
Tell us, what is it?
What's
What a
Marxism?
fucking fag, dude.
Literally?
Fag.
Oh,
That's
Jesus
crazy.
Just
All right,
really-
can we
What?
actually have like an actual debate
For
with
sure.
the right?
Let's have a
Oh,
good one
yeah.
for sure. But seriously,
Dude,
my
honestly-
question is always.
That's the shit he was on.
I know.
Like my question is if Trump is so great, why is he attacking our allies?
That's my question.
That's my
too.
question.
Yeah, why we
Yeah.
siding with Russia over the European Union? That's my same
Why
similar question.
Who
why
says
are we
won't?
attempting to make backdoor deals with Russia? Why are we voting with Russia in the UN? Why are
Why
we
is Zelensky
condemning
coming? Why is Zelensky
What?
coming to the White House then?
Kamala was working for
because he's
China.
because we made promises to Ukraine when they surrendered their nuclear weapons to the US, and we said we would protect them from
Mhm.
Russia if they ever tried to invade.
And we haven't broken that yet.
What? We have though. We've suspended funding. We aren't coming to their aid.
We
and we're trying
gave
to
them
force them.
so much already, though. We gave them so much.
But
Do you think that war
but
is-
it was
when is it
military
enough?
stuff? It was our
When is it
90s. It
enough?
was our
It was-
90s military equipment that we would have to get rid of anyways.
Yeah, but either way, when is it enough? How many
when
people? have
Russia,
died?
Yeah.
when Russia doesn't invade another country that
Mhm.
we swore to protect.
That
bro,
or
ask
do you
it,
remember?
man.
Do you remember World War II
Okay,
with
bro,
the
I don't
appeasements?
give a
Does
shit, man.
appeasement work? You can't give these people a little bit. They're
Well,
gonna
like-
always get more.
Well, I mean, we can just look at Yugoslavia, how Russia invaded Yugoslavia, and Yugoslavia no
Georgia.
longer exists. Like, what do you mean? Do you think that Russia's just going to stop at Ukraine
That's my
when they
point.
literally have said that they want to see the downfall of the United States and the recession of Western culture?
You want-
When they literally said they want to take the Maldives, when they said they want to take Lithuania, like do you just like not think that they're going to do that? Why would they stop? If we give them like Ukraine, why would they stop at Ukraine? That's my question.
What borders do they want to go back to again?
pre-war.
They wanna
Soviet.
take
Seems like
over-
they want to invade.
Yeah.
They want
part of the
pre-war
land.
Soviet pact basically. So before '92, they want to go back to that border where they basically
Maybe
own
I
Soviet
can pull
Union.
here. We'll all jump in the map together so we can look at it in real time.
That's cool.
Yeah, here we go.
I got you.
So we look over here at Russia, we go down, we see Ukraine or Kyiv. So they've literally turned Kyiv into rubble right here. And then they say they want to take the Moldova. They want to take Lithuania as well. Romania, I'm not too sure if that's even a feasibility because now France is saying that they'll back any country because the US is stepping down from the world stage because we don't really care about global power anymore, as Trump has demonstrated. So I'm just like wondering, do you think that Russia, after they take Ukraine here, is just going to stop there and be like, okay, we won't attack Moldova next?
They can engulf that. I mean,
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Is like
they said there was supposed to be a 3-day operation in Ukraine, but with Moldova, yeah, they could probably do a 3-day operation there. So why wouldn't they?
and not only that, but then it's like
They surround them on 3 sides. So
why are we even wanting to give any land to Russia when Russia has like publicly stated and played like pro messages about like wanting to bring down the United States? Are we not like pro-American here? Like
the
what
fact
incentive?
is that it's basically the U.S. and Europe against Russia.
Yep.
Well, it's
You're
not only
with
that, it's like,
Russia.
what-
you're anti-American. You're anti-Europe.
So say like
Russia.
say-
It's Russia against the world.
Did
So,
you,
like-
do you know that Eastern Europe is against the USA?
Most of them, or what are you talking about?
Yeah,
are you
most
talking
of the
about? You
people.
say
If you,
Eastern
if you
Europe.
talk to people on the streets in Eastern Europe, they hate USA. You know that, right?
That makes sense.
Are they a
kinda.
part of NATO?
Like
Or
what?
the
Name me a
that are
country. A
outside
country in
NATO?
Eastern Europe. Like what country?
Bulgaria,
Like, yeah,
Romania, a lot of
Yeah.
a lot of countries from Eastern Europe. If you go and talk to people on the streets, they hate USA.
Yeah, they're more
You're
pro Russia
wouldn't-
though.
lying. You're literally lying out of your ass.
You're lying though. That's not true.
Fucking Romania, you piece of shit.
Dude, I literally have friends that like it's not just clear.
Yeah.
cut as you
Even
put it.
Germany talks shit
Man,
on us.
I
bro.
live
Germany
here.
hates us too.
I
Man.
live here.
Yeah, I know, but it's not as clear cut
Oh
as someone
yeah,
who's been
some
to Romania
guy.
before.
Yeah, some guy.
Like,
Some
you're, like,
guy.
claiming- Like you're
He's
acting
a
like there
hunky.
isn't Russian propaganda in Romania or Georgia or Lithuania.
Hey,
and so
I
on.
live in America, guys. Guess what? Americans love Russians. I live here. Trust me.
Jesus
Guys,
Christ, you're
I'm
dumb.
an American myself, and I'm
Yeah, they're
sexually
not- they're not
attracted to French
listening,
women.
man.
So therefore, all Americans want to fuck French women.
No, you go to the capital of Romania and talk to 1,000 people and tell me what they say about USA, how much they hate it. Because I did.
Are they pro Russia though? I mean, do they side with Russia during this whole Ukraine thing in general?
This I don't know for sure. I know just because during my lifetime, I asked people constantly their opinion about the USA, and all of them hate it. They hate the people of the USA. How
So
they?
yeah, well, I mean that makes sense, but they don't hate the USA more than they dislike Russia.
Well,
I don't know that because I didn't ask that
You should
specifically,
start
but I
asking, 'cause
know
I
they
think that's
hate
probably true,
USA.
honestly.
That's like the big difference here is like Russia is like literally has sabotaged global infrastructure of cutting fiber optic lines across the North Atlantic Ocean, connecting the North America to the European Union and the European countries. Like, why would another country be looking to like sabotage world infrastructure? That's like costs billions of dollars to like input. Like, it's just my question.
As far
is
as
like,
I'm concerned, the United States has funded Europe after World War II fairly fair.
no, it's not that we're funding.
for too
Like, there's a
long, man.
misconception that we're not funding these countries. It's a global agreement where they allow us to occupy space in their country. Like, we can just look up like Lakenheath Air Force Base. Do you think that they just let us put this here for free if we just look at Lakenheath Air Force Base? Why would they let us put a military installation in their country?
They want us there, yeah.
They want us there so they don't have to spend as much as budget, and that gives us like global like
Power.
superiority. Yeah, like power in war. And they give us free trade with them. Well, was free trade until they give us access for Americans to have free visas into these countries. Like this happens all over. We have bases in Italy. We have bases in Germany. Like they make these agreements with us so we can have free visas without having to worry about applying for any of them. Like the American passport is so powerful, and we have trade agreements with all these countries because we provide support to them in times of war that they need. And in that case, they don't have to spend as much on defense, and they can spend in other matters inside their country. And in return, we get a ton of benefits
Better
as American
deals.
citizens. And they use our currency as a reserve currency, so it makes the US dollar stronger than any other currency in the entire world.
That's not 100% true.
What it's not true
Wouldn't
about that?
Romania still be, Nazis if it
Wait,
wasn't
hold on,
for
hold on.
U.S. support?
No, hold on.
Yeah,
Before we
so
even
tell
jump
me,
into that,
it
you
is
said
from
that wasn't
Romania.
true. What isn't true about that?
What benefits do the USA get from Romania? We have Romania has USA Army bases. Okay, we have them.
What base do you have in Romania?
De Veselu, and there's one at the seaside as well.
Let's look it up.
De Veselu, D.
He doesn't believe you. Why don't
No,
you
I'm
believe
just checking. I just want to pull it up.
We've had economic aid. We've given cultural support. We've provided security assurances.
So we have
done
an
a lot.
army base. It looks like in Romania, and it's been active
You
since
tell me, the
1999.
USA, what benefits the USA from Romania?
As an American citizen, I can go into Romania with my passport. Not only that, but
Okay,
we have huge trade relations with Romania.
Okay, trade relation. What do you get trade relations?
Am I
from
allowed
Romania?
to visit Romania, or do you hate me?
You should visit. You're gonna have an experience, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm sure, because it's a different country, different culture.
Yeah.
Also, not only that, but Romania makes the US dollar stronger. The reserves for Romania's dollar, so like what backs Romania's like currency is US dollars. And they currently have 7,299,000,000 US dollars of holding as a reserve currency for their currency inside their country.
Okay,
So
but the main idea is it's
your
one
entire
point
economy
where
is propped up by the US dollar.
There in the sea,
That makes
in
our
the Black
currency
Sea.
valid as a worldwide like standard. That makes our
Okay.
dollar go further. Like, what do you
Yeah,
mean no
you-
benefits?
Yeah, because the army base doesn't add to that. You can do that without having army base there. Okay.
No,
the
but
main
it
idea
adds
the
to
reason why they agreed to these terms of like using the US dollar as a reserve currency in Romania is because we offer them support and defense from other countries if they were ever attacked. Does that
Okay,
make
and
sense?
again, I just want you to tell me what economic benefits does the USA get from Romania?
We trade.
Free trade.
Dude, like huge like trading agreements,
I
like
think,
oil.
So we did
Oil.
about
Okay, oil.
2023,
America
we did
wanted
about
to extract oil from the
$5 million
Black
in
Sea.
trade with
Okay.
Romania. There you go.
The USA wanted to extract oil with Chevron, I think, or another company from the Black Sea. The government from Romania denied that. Okay, they said no, USA, you're not going to get oil from here.
Okay.
And
No,
what
that's
America,
not-
I
that's not
think, is
true.
realizing.
We're the number one producer of oil.
That's
so
not
like,
that's not true. That is not true what you're saying.
What do you mean it's not true?
We can just pull up the rent right here. So let's see.
It was denied in the parliament of Romania to extract.
Okay, that one case of it might be true, but you guys export and import oil from the United States. Not only that, but it literally shows right here the amount of imports and exports that you guys do with the United States on the U.S. Census of foreign trade. Like, what do you mean we don't get benefits? Not only
Isn't
that,
the
but the
United
U.S.
States
dollar.
the number one consumer of oil? We
It
buy
is,
the
but
most
We're also
oil.
the one maker
So-
and exporter too.
Producer. Yeah. Well, we are the biggest producer of oil in the country, but not only that, oil markets are incredibly complicated because they deal in futures where people can buy and hold oil and sell at a future rate and like a whole bunch of stuff with it. But the primary like aspect is like we do billions of dollars in trade with Romania and prop up your entire economy off U.S. trade, and in return we get global superiority by having a base in your country where we can offer defense. And not only that, but the U.S. dollar goes further because it's valid in Romania to exchange. And the reason why that is because you guys use it as a reserve currency, meaning that your dollar in Romania is backed by US dollars. That means like
all currency, you can trade any currency in Romania to any currency. You don't need.
No, you can't. You have agreements with other countries for valid exchange rates.
And no matter what, the government of Romania has to spend American dollars to do deals with other countries. That's the whole point. Because it's the world, like you contribute to us being the world currency.
Like, and not only that, but the reason why your currency is even valid in the first place is because there's a certain exchange rate with your government of Romanian dollars for U.S. dollars because your currency is backed by U.S. dollars.
I agree, but that happens in every country.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. The governments agree to back their currency by the U.S. dollar. In return, we get a free access to put a military base in their country. We get like huge trade agreements. Like this is.
You're not getting huge trade agreements, believe me, you're not.
Dude, we do billions in trades, billions of dollars in trades every single year with Romania, according to the U.S. Census.
You get mostly nothing.
Like no, literally right here.
What do you mean getting the ability to have military bases?
Hey,
very
Medic,
close
you're
to
Romanian,
political
right? Do
enemies?
Romanians hate Americans? Because that's what
No,
this guy's
majority of Romanians love America.
And not only that, but like you guys you're not understanding. Like your entire currency is backed by U.S. dollars. Do you not understand that?
I understand that. What you're not understanding is the USA doesn't get much from Romania. They might get it at the
No, the EU doesn't get much, but
we get the ability.
Romania is a very loyal ally to NATO. like a lot of Romanians love NATO or support NATO, and being able to have this military like defensive alliance against Russians is a very beneficial thing, both for the Romanians and
the
for
bullet
the
points? Can we stop with the bullet
Americans.
points? Like I know that fucking shit.
Yeah,
and we
but
can
you're not
stop with the
understanding.
bullet
No, you
points.
don't understand it. Is like we get global like world superiority by having a military base in Romania, and we
Okay,
get that
so
with like
let's
no
go
other
back to-
stipulations.
Can you listen for a second?
I'm listening.
Okay. So let's start with the 2% of the GDP to the fucking military that each NATO country has to do, right?
Mhm.
Search it up because you have the
No,
Google open.
I'm aware. Where are you leading with
Yes,
this? Like, I
okay,
mean, we agree on the facts.
Okay, so we agreed that even Romania, okay, goes to 2% to the military spending. Okay,
I think it's a bit less, but yeah, it's around 2%.
no, that's what they declared.
So, okay, yeah,
that they would
whatever.
do.
Continue. Go on with your
Of
point.
course
We
they
agree. Whatever,
didn't do it.
2%.
At the beginning of the year, they say something, and by the end of the year, something completely different
Where
happens.
are you going with this?
It's
Let
you're
'em cook,
fucking
bro.
getting
Let 'em
screwed,
cook.
USA. Of course, we're gonna say we're gonna spend 2%, but we're not gonna do that.
What the
Of
fuck-
course, we're gonna say
what
we're
does
gonna
that have
buy
to do?
stuff, but we're not gonna do that.
What does that have to do with the U.S. getting benefits?
Actually,
from
Romania is above 2%. Damn. Okay.
No, hold on. He's just saying that they spend on defense or they don't spend on defense. That has nothing
Bro,
to
just
do with
let
the
him
U.S.
cook, man. You keep talking over him, bro. Let him cook.
Yes, because he keeps on saying it's 2%, it's 2%, and I'm saying continue.
I'm saying when the budget is done at the beginning of the year, they're gonna give 2 or 2 point something% to military spending contracts with the USA to buy shit. But by the end of the year, those discussions were blocked. Those contracts never happened. The spending was 1 point something%, and that was on salaries. And this
No,
goes
that's
from
not how
oil
it works.
to the Black Sea that didn't happen with the USA. This goes for a lot of industries that the USA thinks it controls in Romania, but guess what? It actually doesn't happen.
Well, yeah,
Wait,
we don't
first off,
control- we
a
don't
lot
control-
of misconceptions here. Is like we're not
Well,
trying to
hold
control
on. I'm
Romania.
just going to point out, no one here is
No, the
claiming.
point is not that you're trying to control Romania. The point is
No
you
one-
may
no one's
think in the
saying
last
we're gonna
decades
control
that you
you. We
have
have
some kind of
trade
leverage
relations.
in some countries, but you don't actually have the leverage that you think you do as a country.
I mean, realistically, there are like what do you mean? What leverage? Are you
What
saying
leverage? Are you talking about like other countries?
For example,
Wait, let me speak.
They were expecting to in the last years, since 2016, when Trump came in with the fucking 2%, they expected more things as contracts in the military industry to buy shit from Romania to buy from the USA. That didn't happen.
Okay, first off,
Romania spent more on its. Hold on. I'm actually going to cite this because Romania in 2024 spent 2.25% of its GDP on military spending, as opposed to 2014 when it spent way less. It spent in 2014. Let me actually pull up the exact number. Around 1.4%.
I'm telling you, after 2016, after
You're
Trump
just a
said
fucking
2%,
liar, you stupid fuck.
No, it's not a
Dude,
lie. It's I
no,
can
hold
give
on.
you the fucking
Hey,
news
I'll
from the
entertain this
fucking
conversation.
CNN.
I'll entertain this conversation because it's also just factually, well, not even just factually incorrect, but like it's logically unsound as well.
Yep.
Is these countries that spend on defense, they lower in times of like not being in war, and it's not necessarily that they're buying like weapons or defense supplies from the US. It's just money that they spend on defense. That's their agreement. Like they can up or lower that by whatever they choose, but it's a recommended number. It's not a mandatory number for them to spend 2% of their GDP on weapons from the US. And they don't even have to buy weapons from the US. The leverage that the US the leverage that they get, the leverage that the US gets is that they can tell any country to impose sanctions on Russia, to restrict trade with China, and that country does it. That's the leverage that the US gets. Like when they wanted to impose sanctions, let me finish. When they wanted to impose sanctions on Iran,
Romania
every
said
country
it was going to buy stuff from USA. It didn't.
No, hold on. That's not what I said.
In the Black Sea, USA, they didn't with Chevron. They actually got denied in the parliament to extract oil. So USA is getting denied a lot of things, not just in Romania.
That's not the US. Those are companies in the US. You still do trade. You literally do like billions of dollars of trade a year of imports and exports with the US. What don't you understand about that? These are private companies that are making these deals. Just because a deal.
You're getting peanuts from Romania. You don't
Okay,
understand.
hold on. In 2024, Romania bought $592 million in AIM-120 missiles, $80 million in javelins, and $7.2 billion in 32 F-35As from the U.S.
Hold on, but before we even get into that, I think you don't know how economics.
So you just said
hold on.
you're just a dirty fucking liar, and you don't deserve to have a voice.
Hold on.
Go check.
I don't even
the
think,
military
dude. On the
spending
train. On the train.
2016 to 2020.
On the
Go
train.
check it.
I don't think you understand how economics works because you're thinking that one country is getting something from the other when that's not how like trade agreements work. You know that, right?
No, on the
don't
train is
understand-
just
you
a
don't
dirty
understand the
fucking liar. He
situation, that's the
doesn't
point.
understand.
No, you're saying that the
real-world
U.S. isn't.
economics.
The
I
U.S.
think you
isn't
should let
getting.
your
Hold on.
government. You should let your government do its thing because you don't know too much about what's going on.
I would turn
here.
him the fuck down if I were you. He's not worth
I
talking
mean,
to.
literally, what
You
we're
don't
saying.
even-
Hold on. What we're saying is what the government has been doing since like fucking forever. Like, you're the one telling us.
Well, first off, your entire logic is unsound. No country is getting anything when they make trades with each other. It's to grow the economy and like promote certain businesses. Like, there's not one country trying to gain something over another
You're trying
country.
to grow your GDP in general.
Yeah.
Influence in a
Like,
country,
why do you keep on
influence
saying that the
the
U.S. is
decision,
getting
the big
nothing from the
economic
U.S.
decision.
from Ukraine? Why do you
What?
keep on saying that the U.S. is getting peanuts from Ukraine? Or not
I
from
didn't
Ukraine,
say that. I
from
said that
Romania.
the US is getting peanuts
not
from
the same.
Romania
Yeah, I corrected myself. I said, why do you keep on saying that the U.S. is getting peanuts from Romania?
because it is the big deals, the big contracts, the big
Yeah.
raw materials, the gas, the fucking oil in the Black Sea. They're not getting the big spend. They're getting denied in the parliament.
Yeah, your country is still doing billions of dollars of exports and imports with the U.S. though.
Do you want the
Like,
United
just
States to
because
take
one
all the
agreement-
resources? Like, is that what
Why?
you're really asking?
What do you mean?
Like, is that what you're really asking? You want us to just like come take the resources because we do trade
Like,
with you?
you're
Like,
our ally. You're our ally. You know
I
that,
would
right? We're
prefer,
not the
I would
enemy.
prefer oil to get extracted from the Black Sea. Yes, I would want that to be happening. Yes, I do.
okay,
That requires Russia to be fucking tamed at that point.
exactly.
This was in
And the most
for over a
conducive
decade.
aspect of doing that is having Romania, a very close neighboring country to Russia,
Be an ally.
being very pro NATO.
This guy just
is what
doesn't
the
know
case
how
is
anything
right
in the
now.
world works. It's quite
The
sad,
Black
actually.
Sea extract
Geopolitics.
was way before 2016, and they were going on
No,
for
this guy
years
thinks-
and years and years and years.
This guy thinks that the U.S. is trying to take something out of Romania when that's not even the case at all. Like,
I'm not saying
Train,
that
are you
just doesn't
Romanian
know.
as well?
We're merely
Either-
just
we
trade
just want
partners.
to extract it. To extract
Romania, on the train, are you Romanian as well?
it. Yes,
From where? What part?
from the capital.
Oh, okay. No, that explains a lot.
What's the capital?
Bucharest.
Bucharest.
Oh,
I
no,
want to do. I'm
Bucharest.
saying.
I'm getting mixed up with the other one.
Budapest is Hungary.
I mean, like, Medic, I think because the dude's such a clown, like, can we just call him Dracula instead of giving, like,
No,
call him
but
Romania?
dude, that's a fucking national hero. Fuck no.
Doesn't
Vlad
Dracula
Tepes
just
is,
mean, doesn't Dracula
is a
just mean
national
dragon in
hero.
Romanian?
Fuck you. Huh?
Doesn't Dracula just mean dragon in Romanian?
Kind of, etymology-wise, kind of, but
Yeah, I may sound stupid here, but doesn't Vlad the Impaler come from the Romanian area?
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah.
Vlad Tepes is the inspiration behind him.
Yeah, he's Dracula. Or the
Oh, Bram Stoker was inspired by real life events.
yeah.
Yep.
Okay, anyways, we're fucking digressing. The point is that Romania does spend a large portion on military, enough to satisfy NATO demands, right? And the benefit might not be physical
Where do you
for
get this fucking declaration?
the
How
US.
can you say that?
Huh?
You have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Nothing.
Okay.
Okay.
You have literally no fucking idea.
Motherfucker
what you're
just
saying.
watches Pro TV. Fuck.
Yeah, I've worked in the military. My family worked in the military, and I know what the fuck I'm saying. Military bases in Romania to a lot of fucking stuff. How the fuck can you say that stuff? You have no fucking clue what you're saying. Nothing.
Okay, Dracula. Okay, Dracula.
Medic, do me a favor and look in. Where is it? Where is it? Goddamn, now I lost. There it is. Look in voice chat text for me, Medic.
Nah, fuck, I'm in the middle of something. Give me a sec.
Okay, just see when you get the chance.
Okay.
So to go back all the way around again, why are we being pro Russia versus pro EU/NATO? Like that's really that's where we keep going down tangents and going down, and it goes down further. But like really, the crux of the position is why are we being pro dictator and pro Russia?
I think there's a lot of Romanians who
America and say
I've interacted with quite a few Romanians who are like, oh, but America has just been siphoning our resources. But there's a lot more Romanians who are like, fuck, Russia ruined our country via us being a satellite state, and I think there's warmth more towards the U.S. than Russia, but I think in the end it's not the like super deep love for the U.S. Not in the way like other countries do. Poland is way more pro-U.S. It's more out of necessity.
But Pig Dude, why would you want to do appeasement with Russians? Do you know what happened during World War II? Like appeasement doesn't work.
I want to say fuck all of them and not get involved at all.
Why do you? How are you going to be an isolationist?
Hold on.
How are you going to be an isolationist in a world economy, in a world everything?
Yeah, I that's a wild take. I'm gonna isolate myself in this global fucking intercalated
I'm fine
network.
trading with them. I'm fine with trading with anybody, but I'm saying no military involvement.
Victaku, aren't you the guy who cut off his own nuts? I forget.
No.
Oh, okay. Or didn't you plan to? I forget which one it was. I don't know if you actually went through with it.
I was thinking about getting chemically castrated.
Oh yeah, okay, right.
Whoa, what?
What? You got his attention.
You said you were. I was sitting here playing Call of Duty. I put my controller down. You said you were thinking of doing what to yourself? You don't just say that and just walk
Clearly
away
this guy's
from it. Like you
American.
just said that. You don't just say that and just keep walking like it was something normal you said in public. All right?
That's funny.
It's like
This
you
is
can't
a
walk
person
down
who
the sidewalk and just
hold on.
say I'm not.
Hold on.
A
It's very
perv,
telling that the isolationist wants to, chemically castrate.
Isolate
He didn't
himself.
go through with it, but yeah. I mean,
Woo.
it is.
And now, why do you want to chemically castrate yourself? Why did you?
Yeah, just didn't want to be.
Just cause?
Just
That is even more crazy. Just cause.
Hey, look, man,
That's
you don't know Pictaku's story. I know Pictaku a little bit more. Just he's going through some shit. Leave him alone. All right.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
Going through a lot of dick.
Okay, not bad.
All I'm saying, I'm not trying to be an asshole, either, Pig. I'm just saying.
I mean, look, yeah, we don't have to be
No,
assholes.
let me say what I'm saying.
It's a
He's
big debate
really
topic
think-
in the server when it comes to like Russia and like the war.
That's fine. I'm gonna
Also,
talk
on the
about-
train left
Before
as
you-
soon as we stopped talking about the Romania topic. He left immediately as soon as we stopped talking.
Yep.
Great.
Oh,
because you
Pig.
showed up, right? He was saying all this bullshit like, "Oh, Romanians are like they hate fucking America. Romanians are
No.
fucking blah blah blah." I'm
His
like,
evidence
no,
is
they're-
that he hated us.
I guarantee you, he's one of the ones who loves Russia because he's from the capital. There's a lot of people who were in the capital who benefited from communist times, like especially the bodyguards
He's a
of
military
the
guy,
dictator.
Yep.
Yeah, like guaranteed his family benefited from the communist
The
occupation,
USSR.
and he just wants Russia back so he can have that same level of quality of life. But I guarantee you, like my family is from the northwest part of Romania, and the quality of life was not good under communist rule. Like for example, my great grandparents were farmers; they owned a farm, and they had animals. And because of that, when the communists came to power, they saw them as kulaks and rich, and they were deported to Moldova, and essentially had their land stolen. And the thing is, the only reason my great grandfather didn't get killed was because he had a family of like 6 children and was therefore considered like he needs to be around to take care of these children. Otherwise, he would have been executed. There's just genuinely horrible shit, and it's quite bad. Like, I have a family member who used to be a bodyguard of the president. I forget what his official title was, the glorious leader, Ceausescu, and he is very wealthy now, and fucking has a yacht and shit like that. But for the rest of the people, it's just not in a good situation. So there's a lot of people who are just pro Russia for the sentiment of like gaining some sort of like kickback that they used to have that they no longer do have. And that guy probably is definitely like his family is definitely enriched by the
So-
communist rule.
Medic, you said your family fled.
So
Oh no, they weren't. They didn't flee. They were moved out. They were deported.
Yeah, well, yeah, that sucks. I'm not trying to say either way. They're both suck.
After communism fell, basically records of old land were kept, and they were given back to people. So the land that my great grandparents had is still in my family, and it's now in my grandparents' land, and it'll be passed down to me eventually. So.
Cool. So, like, I find it funny how, like, Westerners talk about communism or socialism differently than, like, Easterners who have fled communism or socialism.
Okay, like, I'm not going to say that certain things that they did were, like, it wasn't all horrible, because they did certain things, like, housing that was,
Buses
like,
moved one
guaranteed
time.
was to some extent very, like, it was nice to have guaranteed housing, but the way it was done was absolutely horrible, where majority of places were absolutely derelict, and maintaining them was just not an option, and it was very difficult to have any sort of improvement. You had to have like strings pulled in government offices for you to get any like sort of improvement. So there were definitely like strings that you had to pull to get a better quality of life, and it was more about who you knew than what you could put out. So there were definitely horrible things in terms of like food. Anything that was perishable, like meats and dairy products, were completely unavailable to majority of people. It was essentially bread and like hard cheeses and shit that was just it wasn't a good quality of life. But I mean, that's just your average individual. You had to wait a long time in essentially a queue to have like access to automobiles. Like buying a car was a very like political thing. Like you had to go through a lot of like I guess I don't know what the best way to say it. Like you had to go through like you had to pull a lot of strings is what I'm trying to say. There were other people that had better off things. Like I know my father used to always tell me how the only pair of jeans he ever owned, he had to buy off the black market through like multiple months worth of wages. Like it's just for a pair of jeans, something that's so just easily accessible for anybody right now is insane.
Yep. And there was certain times when you could shop, right? Like,
There were certain areas you could shop. There were certain stores that were only for foreign like truckers and people who are like intelligentsia from the USSR, and they only took a different currency, right? And in those, literally no one was allowed but people who had foreign currency, and those were the areas that had like sweets and stuff that you can consider like sugar and like stuff that people would want, right? And running shoes. But majority of the population didn't have access to running shoes and shit.
and how would you like it if we brought that to America?
No, it'd be horrible. That actually, I wouldn't want that anywhere in the world. And the thing is, these people who are like supporting the fact that they want Russia to have some sort of like leverage over Romania again are the people who, for example, our glorious leader, while majority of people were starving, didn't have access to hot water every night, right? You had 1 hour of hot water a night, and after that, you just didn't have any more hot water. Sometimes, yeah, electricity would cut out. The glorious leader would literally have a toilet made of gold in his beachside villa in the fucking oceanside. Like, literally, the toilet was made of gold. Like, you just can't get any more, like, fucking
I can't even
ironic than that.
imagine being a rich person myself and spending money on a gold toilet. It just
Me neither, but the dude was inflated with his own fucking like imagery and making himself just this top leader. He had this huge obsession. It's very similar to the way Kim Jong-un and their dynasty present themselves, where they're essentially the glorious leader and they can do no wrong, right? It was very similar to that. He had a very large inspiration from Kim Jong-il, and oh Jesus.
Well, Kim Jong Un was a great leader. He invented stuff like the cheeseburger, burrito, taco. He never had pooped in his life. I mean, how many people?
That
can eat
is
anything
true.
like that?
That is true. He has never taken a shit in his
No,
entire life.
There are
He invented the
there are
burrito
pro-Russian
and the
people in Romania,
cheeseburger.
but there are
And
pro-Russian
also,
people.
didn't he also invent basketball?
I think so.
Or is he just the greatest basketball player? I forget which one it is.
Might have been both.
I remember when the Globetrotters visited North Korea, they were like the first Americans to visit North Korea, and they like filmed a documentary where they went to like a computer lab, and literally people in that computer lab in North Korea were just staring at the Google homepage doing nothing. Like there was no clicking sounds. You can search it up. There was no clicking
I'm
sounds
sure.
of any like keyboards, no mouse clicks. It was pure fucking silence, and people were just looking at Google homepages and fucking quote unquote articles that they researched.
Have anybody seen the video of the guy who defected from North Korea? And he was like a military guy, and he stole
He
one
got
of their
shot and shit,
vehicles.
yeah.
Yeah, and he drove all the way to the edge, and he like got shot as he was getting to the wall, and he flipped over the wall, and he hid behind a rock until like later that night with the bullet in him.
Yeah.
And then South Korea finally got to him by the rock in the middle of the night and dragged him away.
Like
how horrific of a story is
You
it? To, like,
you also
get
have
on that
to like if you also want to talk about like people fleeing communism, look at the amount of people that were desperately fleeing East Germany to get East Berlin to get into West Berlin.
Yep.
Like they were desperate. They were willing to like possibly die just to get to West Berlin.
Yep.
Sorry, I had I can't find it anymore, but my grandpa had a tool that said made in East Berlin, and it was pretty.
I mean, I can't lie. There were some quality things made in like communist countries that lasted for a long time, but it's just few and far between. And that sacrifice of quality of life, essentially for fucking peanuts, is not worth it, in my opinion.
No, I agree.
It's a far
it
call
was
from
really
being
cool to
worth it.
see that written on something.
Yeah, I mean, I have old fucking communist currency from Romania because my grandfather is a coin collector. Oh, man. And our currency was extremely devalued at that point. Like, what is now $100 bill, because they remade the currency to not be so fucking hyperinflated. What is now $100 bill used to be called a million. Like
Yeah,
$1
but
million
in
bill.
Zimbabwe, you could buy $1 trillion bills, and they're equivalently
Yeah.
like
Shit,
dollar bills of like U.S. dollars.
Yep.
Like,
And
there's
they
still
went
people
through
that
$1,000 bills at first, and then they were like, "All right, obviously thousands are enough. Tens. Here's hundreds of thousands. Here's millions, billions.
Yeah.
Now we're into trillions." And it's like,
no,
what the
but
fuck?
like people still to this day literally call 100. So our currency is lei, right? They still call 100 lei a million. They still do that because it's just so fucking stuck with a bunch of people. Anyways, sorry, that's my rant.
Oh, that's fine.
That's all
That's
right.
good rant.
And that's my TED Talk.
The valid rant.
Yeah, and the TikTok president that they tried to like have an election and he overtook the election. That motherfucker, holy fuck! Like all his like spending, all like so you're supposed to declare where you get your money from when you run for an election in Romania. He declared none of it, and now that there's an investigation into it, turns out it's a lot of Russian money that was funneled into it. There were a lot of like Russian propaganda like posters that were propping him up, and it just was completely not realistic to have him elected because he essentially was a puppet that was not even like why. Yeah, I know a lot of Americans are like, oh yeah, Trump is a Russian plant. No, this guy was an actual Russian plant, like straight up. Like
You telling me Trump wasn't a Nazi in a Russian plant?
Yeah, I know, right?
You telling me the media lied to me?
Yeah, while the media lied here, like in Romania, the guy was an actual fucking like false flag. Like he wasn't real.
I don't know
He
about
wasn't
that.
organic.
All of the media bases all agree that Trump is factually a Nazi.
Yeah.
Not an opinion, like factually a
He's
Nazi.
adjacent for sure.
I don't even know what fucking Nazi adjacent means. Like fucking Italian. I don't know.
I don't think he wants
America-
to fully do it because I think the backlash. But if he could, he would.
I just
America is
think
the
he's
most-
a
I don't think
Nazi in the closet. You know how gay people, used to be considered closeted? I think he's a closeted Nazi.
How so? What?
I just think deporting immigrants is just a Nazi thing to
But
do.
he's not deporting immigrants. He's deporting illegal immigrants who have committed crimes aside from being in the
They're
country
not
illegally.
immigrants.
I'm sure
Please
he's going
don't say
after the
that.
illegal
They're
ones
legal
first, but I
criminals.
mean, I just don't
They're
think.
Dude, he's not even going
criminals.
for just illegal
Immigrants-
immigrants. He's going for illegal immigrants who have committed
Stop-
crimes like rape, murder, theft, and
Stop saying
burglary.
illegal
goes after those
immigrants.
only, that's
These
And that's
immigrants
fine.
make it
I-
sound
I-
like
I
they're
could
doing
care
something
less,
correct.
Matt.
Yeah,
They're
that's
legal
not-
criminals. They criminally broke our border law, and they're here
A
legally.
lot of them are
They're
not
legal
actually breaking the law. They
criminals.
claim
They're not
asylum, and it
migrants.
takes 8 years to find out about the
You
asylum
claim
process.
So hold on.
You
You
claim
can
asylum at
wait,
the
wait,
port of
wait.
entry.
You can claim asylum via the port of entry. You can't just
Yes.
come into the country and
That's
say,
what-
"Oh, I'm an asylee now." That's not how it
You
Well,
works.
no,
break
the
the
problem
law.
is
If
they
you
claim
come in the
asylum,
country,
and then
claim
it takes
asylum
8
in the
years
country.
for them to
Yeah,
process
that
them.
doesn't matter. It's not that like you can't just say claim asylum and walk into a place. Like if I claim asylum like if I just say I claim asylum and walk into France, they're gonna
In
deport
America,
my ass
you
'cause
can
that's
though, because
fucking
after World War
retarded.
II, after we didn't let the Jews in, we made a law where anybody who claims asylum we allow in automatically, and then you have to vet them. The
No.
problem is we have so many people coming that we can't vet them fast enough. That's the problem.
Okay, so you don't let them in. That's the solution.
You can't. That's literally against the law. Look up the law. You can look it up.
Okay, what's the law?
You allow
Send me
in
the law.
you allow an unlimited amount of asylum seekers. So as long as someone's claiming asylum, you
Send
have to
me-
let them in.
Send
But
me which law.
Oh, it's in the fucking the immigration law. Hold on.
He wants to see the U.S.
Send it.
code.
I know,
Send
I
it.
got
Like,
you. I got
post-
He's not gonna.
post
He knows you're not gonna have it instantly.
No,
Give
I
him a
got you.
second. Be a little genuine about it.
No, I got you.
Well, I don't think
Yeah.
anyone had their notes
Oh, I
ready
get you.
here. I just brought this up, so.
No, I'm sure. I'm trying
I
to
got
be a
you.
little.
I mean,
level-headed
I
for
read this
everyone.
at one point, so don't worry. I got you.
And I don't even
And-
bring
and-
notes
and if
with me
this
to
is the
debate.
case, it
I
definitely
just
should
I
be
look it up
changed.
on the spot. So
Yeah. And
Definitely
even if it
should
is
be
the
changed in
case,
that
I
case.
agree with him. It should be changed, and that would be my opinion too. Still,
I think everyone
I
can
would like
agree
to see it.
here that illegal immigrants who are doing actual illegal things
Yes.
like smuggling drugs,
Yes, I'm
murdering
saying-
people,
yeah.
raping people, deport them. But I think what
That's
the
who's
left
being
is trying to
deported right
argue
now.
is that if you're just a poor family crossing the border and you're trying to find a better life for yourself, that's not anywhere close to a felony or anything
right-
that should get you to be deported.
The right
I'll be
is
honest.
arguing.
You're
Just because you're poor and
jaywalking a
suffering-
border. I don't think
It's
that
not
makes you a bad
jaywalking a
person.
border.
If I enter America illegally from Canada, you bet your ass I'm getting my fucking shit deported or
As a
seized.
U.S. citizen, if you leave the country, accidentally lose, let's say, paperwork, and decide for some reason, like an idiot, it's a good idea instead of going to like your local consulate or anything like that and explaining stuff, you think it's a good idea to jump the border, let's say, and you get caught doing that, they will imprison you for doing that. They will get you back to America. They'll figure it out, but they'll imprison you once you're back in America. They have done that to a journalist, and he got in a lot of trouble, huge fines and a bunch of stuff, and was threatened to get prison if it ever happened again because he went over the border legally, went with coyotes to record with a camera, the trek back across, and then at the last second, a border patrol came, and then like they fled. They were like, "Fuck this," the coyotes, and ran back into Mexico. And he was like, "I'm right here. I'm a citizen." And they were like, "We don't give a fuck. You're breaking our law. Thank you." And that is true. Like, if you don't want to enforce the border, that's fine. Just tell us you want a completely open border. But to say that you're allowed to hop over the border and then say, "I did nothing wrong. I want to be here," that means we don't have a border. That's the same as saying that there
I'm
is
more
no border.
pro like border than pro deportation, because it's one thing that we don't let them in, but once they're in, and we should try to welcome them in.
Do you know the last president?
Why should they be welcomed in when they enter the country?
You're not allowed to break into my house, but if you do break in my house, once you are across my door frame and you are in my house, I'm not gonna be mad at you. I'm not gonna. There's not gonna be any repercussions. You can do whatever you want as long as you actually successfully pull it off, and that would lead to a lot of people trying to pull it off. Would it not? If we just said we're gonna ignore it.
Understand that.
No. I want you to answer that guy's question. I want you to answer that guy's question. If somebody enters your house, right? If by your logic, once they enter your house, you shouldn't be able to kick them out. Is that something that you would support?
I mean, obviously not, but you're failing to understand that immigration coming into the country, they're coming into the country, not into my actual house.
They're coming into work.
The country is.
They're coming into your home country
to build the GDP. As long as they're not criminals, like if obviously they're like rapists or whatever, obviously they're whatever. But we're talking about like
literally
the dude that's
so hold on. You're saying it's not the same, but it's an analogy. We're trying to get you to understand the analogy. So if they,
I know what you're saying by your analogy, but I'm saying there's a difference in between them coming into the
that's
country
very cool.
and
There's
them
a
coming
difference.
into my bedroom. So
what is the difference?
I think there's plenty of land for them to settle on.
Okay, there's plenty of land for them to settle on. Why do they go to civilian hotspots?
Wait. What if you had a 6-bedroom house? You were able to afford it. It was given to you from your grandparents. You're the only child or whatever. Now at this point in the last one, you have a 6-bedroom, 3-bathroom, and there's one immigrant that breaks into your house. You have plenty of rooms, right? They're empty. The guest rooms.
It's my
plenty
house.
of rooms. Would it be okay?
It's not my country, though.
Oh, it is your country if you live in your country. Thank you.
It is my country.
If you
but
live in your
I don't
country, you
own
say it's not your
100% of
country,
the land.
and that's crazy.
Okay,
let's say I don't dictate 100% of American land.
Wait. Let's say you're renting a property on like you're renting a room in a giant house. Somebody breaks into the house, right? Starts sleeping in the guest room. In the middle of the night, you start noticing your items are getting fucking stolen, and they're not there anymore. And suddenly, the food that you have in the fridge is going missing because you decided, oh, I'm going to allocate this much food that I want to have for myself, but suddenly it's no longer there in the middle of the night.
That's called someone doing something illegal. That's not immigration.
It's them siphoning. So they're not paying taxes, right?
Yes, they are. They pay $96 billion.
They pay taxes by buying things.
Not even
proportionally, they pay far fewer taxes than native population.
I can send you research that says. I can send you research.
It's very cool. That's very nice. It's still less than the proportional amount for.
Wait. $330 billion worth of purchasing power. That gets taxed.
Their costs are more than their expenditure or net positive. I can link you studies that says
it might be per se. However, do you know who the last president to give mass amnesty?
Can you send me those links, sir?
Me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, so the last president, what?
The last president to give mass amnesty to illegal immigrants. Who do you think that was?
I don't care.
It was fucking
I don't know,
Reagan.
somebody.
Reagan did it.
Reagan.
Cool.
86.
Because I
why do you
like
do it?
Reagan at times. I don't
No,
like
but
everything.
Lord and
I don't
Savior
know.
himself.
But why do you do it?
Doesn't mean that we have to like to do it.
Probably to have small wages.
No, because it builds the GDP. It builds the economy. They're good for the economy.
But that's a fucking lie. They're
That's
good
not a
for isn't. No, it is a lie. They're not good for the economy. They're good for stifling workers' wages, and therefore any business.
Yeah, but you know what else? You know what else? You know what else happens when you have lower wages?
Yeah, it's good for the economy. It's good for the economy of the fucking rich. It's not good for the working class.
You know what else happens when they have lower wages? You know what else happens? What correlates with that? Lower prices. So yeah, if we yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Dude, if you have a worker, if you pay a worker $2 an hour to do something, and now you have to pay somebody $15 an hour, you're going to tell me that price is not going to have to go up, literally?
No. Okay. So what's going to happen is businesses see their bottom line.
You want to
Businesses
sound
see
funny,
their bottom
but no
line.
one's
The
making
employee
$2 an hour to work.
Hold on, guys.
Thank you.
Fucking Christ. Shut the fuck up, you stupid coons. Okay,
Wow.
so what ends up happening is the company sees their bottom line. They see that they can employ somebody with lower wages. They're not going to lower prices. They're going to maintain their prices and just say, oh, yeah, we're still paying this much amount in workers' wages, but they're just essentially paying themselves with the difference in cost.
What?
Rich
yo,
people, business
hey,
owners, stockholders essentially pay themselves with the differences in terms of price point instead of reducing cost.
So
I
thanks,
thought cheaper labor meant cheaper product.
Thanks, like, why do we even pay the illegal immigrants? Why don't we just
At
make
that-
them slaves instead? You know, that would be
Yeah,
a
at that
really
point,
big-
slavery is even cheaper. Why not enslave
Yeah.
them?
Oh,
Like,
so you
that'd be
guys
great,
just want to
dude.
break all legal morality. Okay, I got you. Okay.
Well, it's breaking legal morality to even let them fucking live here.
Why? What? Unless they're actually breaking laws, what are they doing that's
I mean,
actually
they're coming
harmful?
here.
They broke the law getting here.
Yeah. Any other country would deport them
Goes,
immediately,
what law
but
did he
it's
break?
America, so
and
it's
then
okay.
when we say the law he breaks, he goes, yeah.
No, I'm
Yeah, I asked for the law, but now that you said it,
Yeah, he still hasn't posted the law that is.
I do. It's right here. I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find it exactly.
I'm
where.
trying to find it, bro. You've been trying to find it for the past fucking 10 minutes.
Sorry,
Jesus
I
Christ,
read
hurry
actual
up.
U.S. codes and stuff. I don't read fucking Wikipedia and fucking Twitter and shit. I actually read real shit. Here, I'll put it in the link.
Yeah,
You read
Wikipedia
it.
still says what
There's a
code it is.
U.S. code. Read that. Tell me what it says.
Where'd you post it?
In the fucking chat, bro.
So
which chat? It's not fucking sidebar chat like a retard.
House.gov.
What chat? What else would I put?
February 27th. Immigration, nationality, asylum. Physically present in the United States or arrived in the United States.
And there's more to this U.S. code. This is just part of it. I got to read more. That's what I'm saying. It's very complicated because reading.
They may apply for
Is my
asylum.
thing going through, or am I mass spending?
What?
Spamming it, 'cause it's looking like it's not going through.
Time limit. Previous asylum applications change circumstances. Oh, well. Safe third country. Paragraph 1 shall not apply to an alien if the Attorney General determines that the alien may be removed pursuant to a bilateral or multilateral agreement to a country.
In which the alien's life or freedom would not be threatened on account of race, religion, nationality, membership. So Mexicans aren't being threatened.
By cartel?
Via political opinion,
By cartel?
social group, nationality, religion,
cartel?
race.
I thought
No,
Trump wants to
recognize I guarantee you that these
cartel as a
people aren't
terrorist
being threatened.
organization. Doesn't that mean that Mexicans are in danger, or?
So when Trump destroys the cartels and the cartels are no more, can we deport every fucking Mexican who is here illegally?
I mean, I still would say no, but I mean that they should.
Why not? Why not? Why not? Because they're
They
fucking
say
predators.
it's not
they raise
morally
the GDP
consistent.
of they're the
They
workers.
do
They don't raise the GDP. They're a net
They
drain
take
on the
jobs
economy.
from
Google it,
people
bro.
who
You can
actually
literally
need
Google
them.
They're a net drain on the economy.
They're
I give you
creating
not.
a shadow GDP.
Who wants me to send
They are.
Medic?
You're just
Medic.
genuinely
I'm
just
gonna send
lying
you a
about
link,
fucking
Medic.
real data now.
Can you send this link that I can't get to the chat? I'm gonna send it to you. It's about the cost.
Sure.
I keep sending it into the
Send
chat
it.
thing and it just disappears. I don't know why.
Send it.
From the House Committee. I am.
Send it.
No, I'll bring it up later.
Copy link. I'll put
I
it
don't
in the
know why it just
sidebar
keeps
chat.
I'm
because
gonna
we're
keep
pulling
this
retards
argument in my
today.
pocket for
There we
now.
go.
Yeah, I was trying. It went in the side. I kept putting it in the side chat and disappear. I was like, what's going on?
Because you haven't done enough things. They did. That's what happened to me the other day too.
Okay. I've been in here for years. I just only do voice.
Yeah, I don't know that.
I never text.
And if that's not enough for you, I can give you an actual Congress document.
Yeah, and then also Congress. I saw that one. I've been through that one too. Congress also went through it. Site committee went through it.
There we
Multiple
go. That's also the
places have
Congress document.
reviewed this. In New York alone, just for instance, FEMA, the head of FEMA, got in trouble because she rationed the extra. And this is after Trump put an executive order saying you cannot spend this government money on illegal immigrants anymore. FEMA spent the extra just for the week, just that week, in just that one area in New York City. 54 million extra out of FEMA's budget to house illegal aliens.
Actually, I'm in New York. Do you know how much money we give illegal immigrants to stay in like top tier hotels? $4,000 a month, bro.
Speak it, bro. They were telling me that they're not a burden on the taxpayer, and that they give us more taxes than that a month.
Literally,
You
the
think they pay
government
more than
says
that a month in taxes.
the 2024 government,
That's what he was
Biden's
just saying.
government, literally stated that they are a net fiscal drain. Like, dude, I don't know what more you want to fucking understand that these people are not benefiting the fucking economy.
And then you know what? And then the argument that they have, Medic, which is the funniest thing, even if they were benefiting the economy, let's just pretend they were, which we all know they aren't. The argument that they're doing is the same as Democrat slave owners of the past. Who's going to pick our cotton is the argument. Who's going to do our cheap labor right now?
If you abolish slavery, who's going to pick our
stuff.
cotton? If you deport the illegals, who's going to pick our vegetables? I mean, dude, the people who are getting actually properly paid instead of the ones who are fucking working for pennies.
In 2022,
getting
they paid
exploited.
$96.7 billion in federal, state, and local taxes.
Yep,
Okay, that's
and
cool.
I sent
and
you.
how
if
much?
you read
And how
the
much
thing
in
I
terms
sent
of
out,
social security and welfare did they receive?
I don't know how much.
over 150 billion just in that, and that's without all the extra stuff like the FEMA and all the other local
How
stuff.
much do you think
Over
a regular
150
Joe
in that.
Blow down the road? How much do you think they drain on the economy?
Not as
It
much
doesn't
as
matter. We're
not
talking about
nearly as
illegals.
much.
We're talking about illegals,
Yeah,
not
because-
citizens.
because-
I'm fine with a citizen who's in need, needing from the government. I'm not fine with the government ignoring the citizen who's in need to give to the person who's not the citizen who's in need,
No,
who's
I've
taking a drain.
I have a question for you, Dark Side, Dank Sided. Like, do you feel like the average Joe Blow citizen like gets to stay in luxury hotels and get free meals? Like, does that happen to Joe Blow? Like,
No. And how often does this really happen? It happens like once.
Often
maybe?
enough that it happened to thousands of people
Happens
in
to-
New York.
Happens a lot.
City, like it's everywhere in New York.
Not once, like a lot. Like hotels full. Hotels full ain't once. Even one hotel full is way more than once, and there's many of the hotels and many of the cities.
I will
where
bring
all
up
the-
my favorite quote. None
This is
too
only
many.
one.
What is a realistic solution to the illegal immigration
None
problem?
is too many.
Kick them
That's
out.
all that need be said.
Hold on.
What
Hold
is
on.
realistic? All the ones that actually work probably stay.
Oh,
The
man.
problem
Kick 'em
is
out.
that problem is
Jesus fucking
problem is-
Christ, bro! All the ones that work that actually stay, yet they still fucking apply for welfare
They don't.
because they
Bro,
can.
that makes no
because they're
sense. How
not
can you work and
technically
get
employed
welfare?
on
What are you talking
paper.
about?
Why out your ass, dude?
You
Like,
can't
you're
just
lying
work.
out your
You
ass.
can't work and get all the fucking welfare. That argument makes no sense.
You can
Alright.
if you're not working on
Yeah.
paper.
That's what.
All
Did
right,
you hear
so
what I said?
hold
If you were to
on.
make them legal, right? You keep the ones that work here, that actually work, and then you can. Yeah, if you want to get rid, I guess the criminals and the non-workers, sure, I suppose. But the ones that work here, why would you want to kick them out?
Get rid of them.
Because
No,
those
but
are
hold
jobs
on.
that could go
Hold
to
on,
What do
work.
you think
hold on.
unemployment right now is? It's like
Hold on,
fucking
hold
like
on.
3%, right?
if we just kick out. Listen.
And then if you kick out all these people, who's gonna fill the jobs when
You
there's literally
can't.
no jobs to be filled because there's not enough people to do it?
But
Who's gonna
Wait a
pick
minute.
maybe
the
the
cotton? We're
American
back
people
to who's
looking
gonna
for
pick the
jobs?
Wait a
cotton.
minute.
We're back to who's gonna pick the cotton. I
Guys,
love
who's
it.
gonna pick the
Yeah.
cotton?
Drug. Who's
Hold
picking
on,
the
hold
cotton?
on, guys.
Your classic argument.
Your conversation. You guys are jumping the gun here. Okay. First of all, the problem isn't that we have illegal. Okay. First of all, we already know we have illegal immigrants in this country. Now the issue is, what do we do with them? You obviously can't send them back to their countries, all of them. You can't. The logistics. The logistics just aren't there for that, right?
Why can't you?
Why
You
can't
keep
yeah,
doing
they
it.
are. The logistics are definitely
I think
there.
the estimate is going to cost 1.9 or 1.2 trillion dollars to kick them all out. That's a lot of fucking
Yes.
money.
Literally not.
Money that goes to American workers.
What do you mean?
I mean,
Okay, let me look up how many law enforcement officers there are in the U.S.
So
real
you're
quick.
telling me?
It is
you're
not
telling me-
nearly close to 11 million plus.
So you're telling me that's only like
Statistically
7 years of what we spend on them? and it would
Logistically,
cost to kick them
Giving
out right
gainful
now?
employment
We'll save
to
money.
American citizens that are working to deport these people is actually a good thing.
logistically speaking, I think there is a way we can create a pathway to citizenship that focuses on the higher quality illegal immigrant than the lower
the
quality.
workers.
So, okay, so
Yeah,
suppose
kick
now
them
you
out
want
and tell them to
guys,
apply
now-
legally.
Okay. Listen. There's an illegal immigrant that I know, and he He's a construction worker.
Anecdotal.
I know. I know. Obviously, it's anecdotal because I'm just speaking from my point of view, right? I can only talk about my perspective here. And this guy, amazing person. He's like a really good. He's a great worker. You know, he cares about his like what he does, right? Very detail oriented, smart guy, right?
Yeah.
And that guy, if that guy gets kicked back to Honduras, you know, I would say that's this guy is obviously better than a lot of so net negative. Yeah, exactly. This guy's a good worker, takes care of himself, takes care of like his family, whatever. But at the end of the day, right, this kind of guy is the kind of people we need in America. Hard workers, people that are willing to work.
Yeah,
right?
that's really cool. That's very nice. How did why didn't he apply through the port of entry?
Because it takes 8+ years to get through.
The problem is he's already.
It doesn't take 8 years of standing at the
He's
port.
already here. He's in America. He's in America. He's working. He's working. He's law abiding in terms of like.
Yeah, that's very cool. That's very cool and all. Why didn't he apply through the port of entry? Like,
he didn't.
Stay in his country until he gets approved to come into America legally.
Because if you live in a shitty situation, would you live 8 years?
The question is why didn't he?
Yes, genuinely a lot.
Dude, if you were homeless right now, you would not wait in that situation for 8 years. You are a liar.
Hold on. I'll tell you why.
Every other fucking person in the world that wants to apply to America has to wait legally. Why the fuck are Mexicans allowed to come here illegally?
I'll tell you why.
Probably because they're right next to us, right?
Our government.
Yeah, so therefore we should just allow them to come in. What kind of fucking bullshit are you?
Our government in the past. Our government in the past made it so they could come in.
Exactly.
We allowed.
Yeah, that's not a good
doesn't
thing.
mean the people agree with it. Like
just because the government did something doesn't mean it's the right thing to do. Doesn't mean it should be allowed.
I agree.
We had slaves in the past.
I agree.
Slaves again.
Can you really blame the people coming in?
I can actually because any other country would have them deported immediately. Take Iceland, for example. They don't allow illegal immigration because they know what they need.
This is a stupid argument because it doesn't matter if they're to blame or not.
If the president of this country said, "Hey, come on in, guys. It's open border."
No one says that. You're making up like
nobody said it's open border. People just
fake
said
scenarios. It's never happened.
If you let these people in, what's going to stop more people from jumping the border and trying to game the process?
They don't care about that. They
close the border for
terrorism,
drug trafficking, human trafficking, everything. You're opening the door to. You're opening a big Pandora's box that cannot be closed once it's open.
We have closed the border under Trump.
Yeah, because of COVID. That's the reason why. Had nothing to do with anything else.
Okay. So at this moment, people are not coming because you closed the border. But under Joe Biden, this motherfucker left it open. So we can't even blame the people. We can only blame Biden.
You can still deport the people who came in here illegally.
Yeah, we can.
But
it has to make logistical sense. And I'm just
the
saying,
logistics is every country illegally. They're drain on the economy.
We're learning that
We're learning that 11 million immigrants and 1.2 million law enforcement officers in all of the United States. This is just a ridiculous task to take on. Trying to
get rid of 11. There's 24 million.
No, it's like
I think that's Trump numbers. I think that's the studies of Trump Tower.
I think there needs to be.
He doubled his numbers. Let's not forget that Trump, what was it, like 1 or 2 weeks ago, said, "Oh, Zelensky's approval rating is 4%. It's more like 54 to 64%." Why does he always double down on his numbers and over exaggerate them?
What was he talking about? Was he talking about among the American people?
I have never heard of 24 million illegal immigrants from anyone other than Donald Trump.
11 million illegal immigrants since 2011. This
I
is
heard
like the
that
biggest.
No. So hold on. Okay, the illegal immigrant problem right now is a logistical problem. Like, everybody agrees with that. It's a problem because there's too many of them. We can't fucking have planes 300 people at a time. It's just going to take for fucking ever.
You just need a vet
and
faster. That's a big thing.
Never going to happen. So, but I do think the registry they're creating for illegal immigrants. I think that's a good first step. At least let's figure out who is who, right? First step. And then you go through that and you figure out, okay, well, who are people that are actually good quality people? Who are not good quality people? The good quality people were like, okay, here's a way to get citizenship. But definitely don't.
You think the poor quality people are going on the registry? No, because they know that they're going to get fucking escorted out. The criminals are not going on there. The people who are on approach to society are not going on there.
And those people, when they're caught, will be kicked out.
Yeah, good.
Yes, I agree with that.
Yeah,
Nobody's
I
agree with that.
like if these are good quality people, good quality workers, they're gonna get kicked out and then they can reapply. It's literally if they like voluntarily move away from the situation, they can legally reapply.
It's very difficult to come into the country from them. They're probably
It's
they're not
supposed to be, you retarded fuck.
Why?
I never
Why
said.
can't you just hire more judges and go through the cases?
I never said
Why
it
does it have to
shouldn't
be
be
so hard?
difficult. But what I'm saying is,
No, because it's not supposed to be easy to get into another fucking country.
Dude, if you meet the requirements, yeah, it can be.
Prizes, bro. Like, what the fuck?
No. What Medic is saying is correct. It should be difficult, but what I'm saying is that they know that, right? They already know that, so they're not going to do what you're saying. You know, you're basically like, okay, well, they come back.
and then they get deported. Fucking easy.
deported.
You don't get to stay here peacefully.
I'm
if you
saying
don't
that.
want to
Why do you
get
got?
to-
I'm saying if you just made it faster, where people can get through the process. That's the whole thing.
But at the same time, you know, if we have good quality people in this country that are illegally here, we should try to figure out a way to make them legalized.
Like, why? Besides making because you think you want to, like, why? Why?
There's a lot of good quality people who don't have employment because people are working
That's
for
probably not
pennies
true,
now.
bro. Anybody who wants to work can work right now, bro.
And okay, these people can work in their own country then if they want to work so bad.
With the cartel
I don't.
running
By
them?
the way, I don't agree with illegal immigration. So don't think that I'm agreeing with it. I do think that you shouldn't be here illegally, but the problem is that we're way past that point. People are already here illegally, and they number in the millions. So there's just no logistical way we can get them out.
We could use the tax savings from Doge to fucking send all the illegals back home. There.
Is this a joke? Are you trolling us right now, bro? Like that was a troll, bro.
No.
That was a troll.
Also,
wasn't it?
by the way, the savings from Doge have been exceeded by the monthly spending, which was higher last year under Biden's administration. Trump is spending more already than Biden did 1 year ago.
Yeah, and what savings
not
under Doge? None of the savings under Doge have even been realized. Okay, okay. And all Doge is doing is just like firing a bunch of people, and the entire salaries of the federal government on these employees is like literally like 5% of the fucking budget. That's everybody. And then
what's the real number? Like 4 billion? They were saying like 50 billion.
And that's the other thing
that they've saved.
You guys are talking shit about. No, I'm saying you guys are talking shit about illegals costing $150 billion, whatever it is. You know that when we spend $4.6 trillion, $150 billion is literally like 2 pennies. Do you get pissed about walking past 2 pennies on the side of the road?
Listen.
It's literally 2 pennies.
The pennies were on their heads. They weren't on the tails. Okay?
I'm just saying, man. Like,
savings Doge is talking about is potential savings.
Also, I don't believe that
They're not even realized savings. These savings are not even realized yet. Okay, they're just savings that they think they can get out of this. But what actually is going to happen is the government's going to have to pay out a lot of these fucking illegal firings that they've done on federal employees. This is what I think is going to happen because the government is getting sued. The federal government is getting sued by a lot of fucking groups right now. Okay, and they're all coming in at the same fucking time. And how all these cases are going to be handled at the government level, I don't know. I'm not a fucking lawyer. All I know is there's a lot of cases happening. They're probably not going to win all the cases against the federal government. People are getting fucking fired on dubious claims of performance and bullshit like that. There's like evidence that points to otherwise, right? People actually have performance reviews and emails and written information that they are performing well. Right, so you can't just give them a dubious reason to fire them, and then it's going to get litigated in court. People are going to be like, "I got illegally fired" or something. You know, and it's going to say that we suffered emotional damage from this firing. Blah blah. It's going to get the government's going to get fucking sued, bro, and it's going to cost taxpayer money. This is already happening right now.
I'm just failing to recognize the fact that on the right, they demonize immigrants like they're all bad people, like they're all here to do ill intent.
It's not immigrants. It's fucking illegal immigrants. I don't understand how people don't.
Okay, let me restate for you. Illegal immigrants, because they are technically illegal immigrants.
The reason why.
But what I'm trying to say here is crossing a border is not the worst thing a person can do.
It's also not the best thing. To say it's jaywalking is extremely disingenuous.
Do you support H1B, Medic? Do you support H1B, Medic?
No.
No.
Okay, so you also have a problem with some legal immigrants as well,
He
right?
just hates other people that are not white.
No, because H-1B visas are specifically to get people to come here to work. It gets people to work for businesses that essentially have visas tied to them. So you're essentially a slave to the company. It's indentured servitude, right? So that's going to lead to just not a good system for people who are trying to work within the country. And there is very poor path to citizenship once you get on an H-1B visa.
No, so I'm in the Bay Area. A lot of people here are on H-1B visas, and they live pretty good lives. A lot of them have kids here
Compared to
already.
their home country, yeah, I bet they do. But compared to actual American standards, no, they don't.
Well, they actually do because this is the Bay Area and they make a lot of fucking money.
Right.
Right. So they actually live probably better than 99% of the country, to be completely
Yet they're
honest.
still forced to work for the country. They have no leverage against the country.
Yeah, but maybe
because
they're
they're on a visa that's literally
that's better.
tied to
They
their
don't have leverage,
company.
but they're actually fine with that process, right? It's like they're actually in a good situation. Just bottom line, right? They're in a good situation. They have actually even bought homes out here. Like
My
it's a
man,
very
you're
expensive
talking
area.
about people that are
everything you're
literally
saying-
in the one of the most richest areas of the country. You can't just say, "Oh yeah, these people are doing well, therefore
What do
it's
you
going
think
to work
H-1B
well for
visas are
everybody."
for? The best jobs, right?
We should just Oh, I mean,
H1
it's the best jobs, or is it for jobs that require some level of skill, but they aren't the best jobs?
I do
Is
agree.
there's a very
Is
different
technology jobs not really good jobs?
Invest into Americans.
Not necessarily. They're quite exploitative right now.
Okay, so you think that a guy that works in the tech field would switch jobs with a plumber? No, he wouldn't.
I mean,
No, he
I don't
wouldn't.
know if they would.
They
I
wouldn't.
can't really tell you
You
what a
do
person
know.
would do.
You do know.
You would if you were switching countries, if that came as a obligation. For instance, I know it's anecdotal, but I know someone who left. And they were in Dominican Republic. They were a doctor, and they are now a grocery store.
In America?
Back end grocery manager. Yeah, in America.
Mm-hmm.
But that
People are willing to downgrade their jobs to work in America just because America is.
You think
far
that working
better
as a
than
tech
where
dude
we
is
come
a
from.
downgrade, dude? That's one of the highest paying good
Yes,
jobs. It's not a
grade-
downgrade at all.
Being a fucking programmer is a pretty big downgrade. There's
IT job
the
become
business right now is
electrician?
extremely
What do you think that
competitive.
person's doing in India, wherever the fuck they're from?
Scam calling, phone operating.
Oh,
They're probably
is that
doing
worse than
something
fucking
tech
being
related.
is that worse than being a programmer? You think?
I mean, I told you it's a good quality of life compared to the shithole that they're from, but poor quality compared to the American typical
No,
status.
I'm saying,
do you
do you
think
think a call center person makes more than a programmer?
Maybe actually.
No, the answer is no again.
Depends.
So thank you for lying again. Good job.
It depends.
No,
if
it
they're
doesn't.
very efficient at
What, yeah,
scamming,
if you
they
work
do.
for the White House, okay, yeah, I get it. An average fucking collector fucking makes damn near
Dude,
minimum wage.
fucking Pajit is not working for the fucking White House, you retard fuck.
I
You're
understand that. I'm
actually
talking
so
about your collect
disingenuous
call person
constantly.
is not making more than a programmer. You're the only person that thinks that in your brain.
Dude, call centers make literally dozens of millions a year. I don't think you
Do you
understand
think
how
the
much
workers
money
make
they
dozens
fucking
of
make.
$1 million there?
They make thousands upon thousands
I
of
bet.
dollars, which
What
is
is this?
leading
What
to
is this
a better
argument?
quality
What
of
is this
life
argument? Medic,
inside
what
of
is
India
this
than
argument, dude? What is this argument, dude? What are you trying to argue here, actually? That people coming here from India on H-1B
Dude,
have
a call
worse
center
life?
person makes $42,000 a year. You lying piece of
No,
shit.
my point is
You
bringing in
liar.
people from India
You're a fucking
from
liar.
call centers.
Hold on.
My
Look,
point
let's
is
hear this
my
medic
point
guy.
is bringing in people from India just to work for a lower wage that are inherently tied to a visa. Therefore, the company can get them to do whatever the fuck they want, like work 12-hour days,
For
is inherently
85,000.
more damaging. Shut the fuck up. Working more damaging.
They still have
It
worker
is
rights,
way
dude.
more damaging to the American economy
still
to
have
do that
worker
than it
rights.
is to have American programmers who are now fucking struggling to find jobs because they're being priced out by these individuals. It is much better to fucking let these Pajeets stay in their country and hire American workers.
This is a false statement, dude. When you're saying they're being priced out by these, actually, the reason for a lot of layoffs happening in the tech industry is mainly due to the economic conditions. Right? It's not
I'm
because
not talking about layoffs. I'm talking about the people who are getting supplemented by or supplanted. Sorry, wrong word. Supplanted by people who are working lower wage jobs just so
you
it
do
can pad the
realize
bottom line of
a
the rich.
lot of the H-1B visa people that you're talking about are are not people that like did their education in India, right? A lot of these people actually went to top universities in America. A lot of them
that's
have
still not a good thing. I mean,
a lot,
I can speak directly to this because Canada is
Indians-
Canada is on a fast track way deeper in than you guys are. There are so many fucking Indians who
Canadian?
literally live 20 people to a house,
Are you
and
Canadian?
they live in slum-like conditions just so they can send the money that they earn here back
Are
to
you
India.
Canadian?
Yes.
Okay, I think we heard enough here.
Oh, because I can explain to you the state of what bringing in
I'm
people
sorry,
from
brother,
Pennsylvania
but,
to work
the fact that
your
you're
menial
Canadian-
jobs is going to absolutely rape your economy.
How's working in
Wow.
the tech industry a menial
Exactly.
job? What are
A
you
guy
talking
making
about?
$85,000 a year is a menial job.
Yeah, I mean, unironically, a lot of them won't
Unironically,
be
yeah,
working
of course. I know.
Are you kidding me, dude?
And hold on, you said that people are here studying. Are they on H-1B visas or are they on student visas?
People,
Because if they're on
a lot
student
of
visas,
a lot of people on H-1B that are on H-1B have university degrees that are from America. Okay,
how
they
does
are
that work? So
American.
they got student visas, but now they have H-1B visas. That's very ironic. How did that happen?
Because they're not citizens. They're not citizens. They're being sponsored by the government.
Correct.
Or by
Okay, so
not the government. Sorry, the company that they're working for.
So in the time they were able to get a higher education, they weren't able to apply for citizenship. That sounds very weird.
Citizenship doesn't come instantly.
Yeah, no. There's a reason why Koopa muted this entire time. He's just a genuine fucking drag.
Who?
He's just a liar.
How is that a lying? You think citizenship?
Fucking 4 years to get your citizenship, you can't fucking get it. It's not worth it.
It doesn't take 4 years in America to get citizenship, retard. You have to first apply for a green card.
Exactly.
Then you have to wait another 5 years after that.
That's what I'm saying. You don't understand.
Excited and Koopa just mute them, guys. And they're fucking.
You don't even know what you're talking about. You're not even American, dude. Why are you talking about American politics at all? It's fucking Canadian. This is a fucking Canadian.
RPG worshippers.
So you
And he's-
can't
and
make
he's
a good
racist.
argument back, so you just say
He's
mean
just,
people.
exactly. Like a lot. If you're a racist, you just say that. If you don't like people of darker skin tones,
Exactly.
just say that.
This is
Like,
Yeah,
if
you were just like trying to dog in him for being Canadian. So
I mean,
and that racism right there.
Yeah,
That's
you
nationality,
guys are
I guess, but yeah.
That's nationality, and the only reason I did that is because this guy is like so.
I don't care if I'm
adamant
racist
about
to Pajitsi. You were being racist to Canadian, so I don't give a fuck. I literally do not give
Canada
a rat's
race,
ass
bro. Do you know
more
you know what the word race means?
about this situation. So go
Jesus
fuck
Yeah,
yourself.
race is
and
literally like
enjoy
like
staying in slums if you really want that.
This guy doesn't even know what race means.
Hope you bring in
Yeah,
the fucking
dude.
Pajis
That's
into
so
your house and
funny.
they stink up
So-
this shit.
That's
So if I
fucking-
just sit here
pretty
and say
ironic that
like,
you don't know
oh,
what race
like
means.
Israel
Are we
runs,
supposed to? Are we supposed
Israel
to feel sad
runs
for you,
all
Medic?
the banks? Like, is
Are we
that
supposed
is
to
that no
sympathize
racism?
with your position? You sound fucking retarded, bro.
Nah,
You're-
I hope
you're-
this guy takes the fucking curry munchers into his house and they stink up his place with fucking fried curry and then he can't fucking breathe for the rest of his life.
So more.
Oh my
racism.
god,
I
dude!
got
Oh,
you.
dude, free curry at my house, dude. Someone's making me food all day. Okay, great.
I know, right? That's the fucking problem.
Yeah, it's like okay, yeah, go ahead. Pay. Plus, they're paying my rent, paying my fucking mortgage, whatever. Go ahead.
Yeah, no. It's all fun and shit until they start rubbing cow poop over themselves, and over you. It's all fun and games until that happens.
Oh yeah, that's happened all the time too.
It's not fun and games until then. It's never fun and games with them.
Yeah, it's funny. It's funny. Like it just comes down to racism, really. And that's kind of the problem that people have with the right. Even though I voted for Trump, I don't agree with the racism at all. I think, and besides, dude, we don't need your fucking Canadian input on this, right? We're American. We have American citizenship. Okay, if we wanted a Canadian's opinion, actually we don't want a Canadian's opinion. We're never gonna ask your opinion. So just shut the fuck up. You're not even. You guys are like a 51st state of America. That you should be paying us taxes.
Oh god.
We should be taxing Canadians at the end of the day. Fucking joke. I've noticed the Canadians are always like the most adamant, like fucking debaters about right wing and conservative ideology, even though they have nothing to do with it.
Nah, that's more like New Zealanders.
Is he still on a rant?
I'm talking about on the internet here, dude. Like on these, I've never really encountered someone from New Zealand.
Oh, we get them here all the time.
You're New Zealander?
They always come in and tell us about our firearms.
Are you from New Zealand?
No, I'm from Texas.
Yeah.
He's got that big, beautiful accent. You can tell.
Yeah. It's just that like these, I've noticed this giant influx of Canadians on these political servers, especially conservative servers. This is also the politics server, by the way. I don't know if anybody's involved in the politics server. There's always
Which one? There's like a ton.
the biggest one, politics. Just fucking let me see if you're one of them. Yeah, you're in it, dude. You're in it, politics.
All right.
Yeah. But you always notice these fucking Canadians. They always start talking like they're American, and you can't even tell because they have the same accent. And it's just like, oh, you're Canadian, okay. Well, yeah, thanks for your input, but no thanks. Yeah.
Cooper, what do you think about this meme that I just tagged you in?
Sorry, what'd you say?
By the way, buddy, you do understand that I don't support Biden. I voted for Trump. So I don't know what you.
I think it's funny that these people are.
Why do
well, no,
people?
hang on and sit there and say they vote for Biden. I just wanted your opinion on it because people are very upset about federal workers being fired. And it's like, didn't they
No, that's
do
bullshit,
the same
dude.
shit?
Listen, dude. Listen. I don't agree with Joe Biden's policies. And there are things that Trump is doing that I don't agree with. You can do that, right? Just because you don't like something Trump is doing doesn't mean you're validating Joe Biden. I don't know why people here have such a hard time understanding this.
That is, yeah.
I have a difficulty trying to get that across to people sometimes. I criticize
Yeah,
Trump and they're like,
take
well, you're probably a Harris supporter. You probably like Biden. You probably also like Bernie Sanders.
I voted for Trump twice, dude. I voted for the motherfucker twice.
Yeah, so no, I mean, have your opinion, man. I'm not going to call you a Biden supporter, but
I mean,
I've
think
heard it
workers
myself
can get
a
a new
lot
job if they get
from other
fired.
people.
Copa, like you voted for Trump twice, but it sounds like you're constantly apologizing for it. Like you made your choice. Just deal with it. Like, why are you constantly apologizing for it? That's the problem.
What do you mean apologize? I never once said I'm sorry for voting for him. I just said I don't know. There are just some things I disagree with, dude. Like, what do you mean? This is a conservative server, right? Where else am I supposed to discuss this, right? If you go to one of their leftist servers and you talk about it, right? They're just going to be like, oh, you're a Trumper, you deserve what you get, But if you voice your grievances in a conservative server, and people are like, oh, well, you're just a Biden supporter. So it's kind of like a shitty situation because, you don't know where to discuss these things, but because you're too blindsided, right? You're too blinded by, your Trump.
At least in this server,
Listen, hey, listen, motherfucker. Okay, I'm willing to toss Trump or Biden under the bus if I have to. I don't give a fuck about them. Okay, you maybe give a fuck. You maybe have your fucking, your fucking wagon hitched to fucking Trump. I don't. I'll throw that motherfucker under the bus if I have to. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about myself. I'm thinking about my family. I'm thinking about my fucking people. Do you understand this?
hey, Koopa, has anyone ever told you sound like Elon Musk?
Elon Musk, yes.
Like
I was trying so hard not to say that myself. I was trying so hard.
Yes, I know I do. I know. I sound like Elon Musk.
I'm not trying to be insulting or anything. I don't know what your opinion on Elon is. I mean,
I have a
think he's
Tesla.
right.
I have a Tesla. I don't like what he's doing with Doge. That's all.
Man, if I were you, I'd get rid of that Tesla at that point.
No, I like it, dude. It's amazing.
I think the Cybertrucks look cool. They look like Halo Warthogs. So
they look like fucking. They look like a Twisted Metal Warthog almost.
The best thing about the Tesla is that it drives itself, and that's unbeatable to me.
see, that's the only part about Tesla.
I got a Kia Telluride and it fucking does that too.
I like people driving.
The benefit of this is that you just put the address and you click a button and it just drives itself. You just have to keep your hands on the steering wheel, and you just wear sunglasses so it doesn't detect your eyes.
Yeah, mine will tell you to put your hand back on the wheel. It'll be like, put your hand back on the wheel. You're like, oh shit, my bad.
Yep. This
Keep your hands on the wheel, sir.
Yeah.
You see,
It's a
yeah,
great,
the self-driving
great-
stuff. I don't like the self-driving stuff because I feel like that's
Don't
just.
reach below that dash again.
I don't use it.
I
Either,
don't care
but-
how advanced it is. Personally, I'm never letting a car drive for me.
It's
Never.
actually there's a level of fear people have with it, and I understand that, but it's actually really fucking good.
See, the fear I have isn't like I'm not afraid that I'm gonna crash if I drive. I'm sure it's very reliable.
It's very reliable.
It's the fear of eventually people aren't going to be allowed to drive anymore if it gets too good.
I mean, you can still drive. There's nothing about that says you can't drive.
No, I'm saying
You
that
can-
it'll eventually try to lead to that. I'm thinking that's the end goal from these companies is try to make a driverless society.
Probably. 'cause it's
Honestly,
probably
honestly,
safer
there's nothing
long
wrong.
term.
With
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with driverless society. It's probably
better
better.
long term.
Yeah, I mean that's like you got to think about the good side of that.
I don't think that's like from like a liberty perspective. That's just kind of terrifying.
I just don't think that's gonna happen. To be honest, I don't think it's ever gonna be like you have to.
As long as it doesn't happen in my lifetime, I want to drive my
I don't
own
know how old you
car.
are, but it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen probably in the next
It's
like,
gonna
30
happen.
years.
I'm
Yeah, the thing
23,
is-
so
the
I
thing
mean,
is-
Yeah,
there's
definitely
a
in your
chance I
fucking
get fucked.
lifetime.
The thing is, you probably will still have your fucking your 2015 like Ford truck. You're still gonna
Yeah, I
have
drive
that.
a '98.
Yeah, you're gonna have that shit, so it's not a problem, right?
What?
Well, also,
It's gonna be
like, I'm
around
an
forever.
Uber
He's saying they'll
driver,
like.
that's-
There's always gonna be old models and shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
So,
yeah,
like,
but I mean, like
your
if there's a
car-
law that's passed, it's like, hey, you can't drive by yourself anymore. You have to be.
That's never gonna happen. That's not gonna happen because people are still gonna have their old shit unless they're gonna force people to sell out their old
Well,
shit.
no,
Like
no,
in California,
so
for
it
example,
wouldn't be a law banning-
they're trying to do a 2035 all EVs, but that doesn't mean that people
Will only have the
can't
EVs.
Yeah, they're still gonna have gas vehicles. I
For
mean,
the next probably
gonna
like
I'll tell
decade
you what-
after
I'll
at
tell
least.
you what's going to happen is that insurance companies are going to start requiring you to have driverless cars, or they're going to make you the people who
That could
have the
be-
the ones that don't do driverless. They're going to make the rates for them super extremely high.
That could happen.
I mean
maybe.
that is a possibility, and that's a good point. But we're like
But
this
it
is all
comes down to
this is all
safety
like
too. Also, you got to think about that. Like, if it's more safe for a thing to drive over the people, because people, that's probably like the number one way people die in America, almost like every day. Like anybody under the age of 30, the odds of you dying today is driving or overdosing. Like that's all.
Dude, honestly, bro, like I rather motherfuckers drive the car drives than them drive themselves. Like, yeah, I don't know where you live, but I'm in the Bay Area, and I mean, the traffic can be pretty hectic, and there's always some fucking accident because some retard did some stupid shit. So
I mean, Cooper, like I have to ask you a question about the driverless car, right? So, like, imagine you're in this car that drives by itself. You're about to hit two people, and the car decides to just kill you instead because it's going to save those two people. Are you okay with dying in that scenario?
I would be.
Wait. So you're in a driverless car. So it's my fault or their fault?
No. I don't know. The car's
You're
just
saying
about
the car
to just...
picks which life, like the car dictates if you live or they live. You're saying,
Yeah,
are
you're
you
okay
cool?
with dying?
Are you
The
cool with
car-
dying?
Car isn't dictating anything. What the car is doing is going to utilize the data that it has in its system to make a move based on what the condition is, right? So
the most likely outcome.
yeah, the most likely. Yeah, so basically, like if there is something that I'm about to hit, for example, like a car just braked in front of me and I'm about to hit it, the car's gonna stop. Okay, there's an immediate brake that's gonna happen because that's the system, right? So the likelihood of something like that happening is nil, pretty much. Like I just can't like unless you can describe a scenario where I can kind of think about this, but it's hard for me to picture what you're saying.
Like, let's say you're driving, your self-car is driving, and they just random people just suddenly cross the street. It's too late to brake. It's too late to turn.
It has
So the only
sensors
thing is,
everywhere.
so
Yeah,
then
the
It
car
sees
will automatically
everything.
brake.
As a guy that has it, like
car-
dude, a car could be in my left lane, right, driving like 15 miles fast, and be speeding past me, right. It could be 30 feet behind me. It'll let me know that it's behind me. Or like with slower cars, it'll be like have to be like 3 feet behind me before it knows that it's behind me. Like it knows all these things. These new cars are fucking OG, and I don't even have like the newest and oldest, like the greatest car, but I just know like, and they're this now. Like I said, give it like 5-10 years, it's gonna be way better.
Yeah, it's actually really good, dude. If you ever sat in it, the people you're saying two people in front of me, the car would break.
Yes.
Like way before that. Like it's not even like and it'd be a hard break, dude. It's like hard break.
Yeah.
I mean, they've thought about this, dude. The amount of data that goes into the self driving, it's insane. Think about all the Teslas that have sold, right? All those Teslas are basically just like working to collect data for the self driving. It's incredible. Like this is like we're living in the future, basically. So there's gonna be people that are gonna be like, oh, I don't want self driving, but listen, dude. Eventually, it's gonna be a bigger thing, right?
Yep.
And yeah, so
you can't fight change. We don't go back in time. We only go forward too. People got to stop. Doing people did it with the steam engines. They did it with industry. They did it with the internet. They did it with everything. Every time there's something new, people are always trying to fucking hold it back. But stop doing that because it just stops progress. And progress is always better. We've never done anything horrible.
If you really want your fucking if you're scared of that your driving's gonna be fully automated, and you have no choice, then just keep your fucking old truck, dude. Keep your fucking old truck with you the whole time because you'll always be able to drive that.
But don't you think there should be some regulation?
There's a regulation already on a lot of stuff.
Like, especially on AI, I think that we should focus more on AI safety.
It uses
What?
AI.
We're talking about cars, dude.
Yeah, in general, but yeah.
I'm just thinking about all the jobs that'll also be replaced, like truck drivers, Uber drivers.
Eventually there's going to be fucking Dude, honestly, we're probably going to have to go to UBI eventually with robots taking over. Like, do you see how many fucking robots Tesla's built for his companies and shit? Like, and all these people are going to do it. That's the thing that's going to be like the next thing as society we need to figure out.
Yeah, these are complex things in society that's going to have to be determined. But the problem is people are still stuck on this, like, a lot of people are unable to understand the future. They're trying to block it for some reason, right? It's like,
they're afraid to change.
Yeah, they're afraid of change. They're like, oh, my freedoms are getting taken. It's like, listen, you either die fighting it, or you just accept it, because it's going to happen.
That's why I use the thing, like I said, the steam engine. Every time humans have built something new that's a greater technology, we've always tried to hold it back. We never like fully embrace and go. Only thing that we might have fully embraced was like going to the Mars or going to the moon. That was like the only time like everybody was like, "Yep, let's do it," But besides that, people usually always try to hold back new technologies, new innovations, and shit instead of just embracing it and moving forward. You're not putting Pandora back in the box. Like AI is out. Guess what? Nobody's gonna go back to non-AI. And same as the self-driving cars. Well, guess what? Once you open it up, you're not going back.
The only thing with AI is that AI is really not right now. It's not producing much value.
Not yet. Yep, I know, but give it time.
But eventually it has potential, right? Because they're saying, oh, well, they're putting all this money into AI, but like, is it really churning money out? Right? Is AI itself money out?
It's a long-term investment. If you put 500 billion into something like today, and then like let's say in 5-7 years it's worth 2 trillion or whatever, yeah, it's worth it.
But the issue is that people are not seeing a return on their investment, so they're saying a lot of this AI stuff is over invested. So
I own a bunch of AI stocks, and they're kicking ass overall.
I know, but the stocks are overvalued, right? The ratios, the earnings to the value ratio are way off.
You are correct. They are overvalued.
The reality is that most of these, like the AI, the technology is absolutely going to change humanity. The reality is these companies that we're currently funding, like, OpenAI or Grok or whatever, these companies are probably, most of them are not going to survive. Like, the investors just lose tons of money. The technology will still exist. Some other third party will come in, will take what's already been created and just be very commercially successful off of that, right? Like, that's the reality.
Why are you saying that?
What?
Why did you say that?
Because this is what happened with like the internet back in 2000s. Everyone was kind of hyped up about like laying internet cable. Yeah, laying internet cable was great, and the ocean was great for the companies that came afterwards. Actually, companies that did it all went bankrupt, right? So That's just what happened historically.
A few make billions and the rest go bankrupt. Yeah, that's capitalism at its finest, technically, right?
Yeah. So I'm saying
there's gonna be losers and winners, right?
Yep.
That's just gonna happen.
Yeah. So I'm saying like.
So but saying that a company like OpenAI is gonna go bankrupt, I don't. That kind of thinking, we don't know, right? We'll have to just wait and see. It's just speculation.
Yeah, but there's probably gonna be 3 AI companies that are gonna be like trillion dollar huge.
Yeah. Plus,
and honestly, AI is big, but the next big thing, honestly, is the quantum computing. Whoever figures out quantum computing totally, they're gonna be the trillion zillionaire people because that's huge. That's the next huge breakthrough.
I mean, we're already making computers smaller and smaller. Like,
yes,
fitting more into the system, right? Decreasing the size of our chips. So I mean, I don't know. We're just it's a process. It's a field. It's happening right now. So, but the U.S. is pretty behind on this, by the way.
Well, we got Chips and Science Act. That's why I always promote it because that's a big thing. That's something that's great that we did.
Yeah. It's just I just don't know when we'll see any impact from any of this.
Well, I don't. I guess I can try to look up when Intel's supposed to be making it or something.
Didn't we give Intel money or something to do this
like
shit? And they haven't done
$1.5 billion, I think it was.
No, it was like a lot, dude. Way more than that.
I think they're the third highest. I think Nvidia got the biggest one. Nvidia, I think, got 3.8 billion or something. But
are you sure about this?
I'm not 100. I'm double checking. I'll give it to you. Hold on. How much did Intel get from Chips and Science Chips Act?
It was
never mind. Yeah, it was 7.8 billion. Never mind. It was a fuck ton of money.
Yeah, and where is it? They didn't do anything with it.
Well, let me see. I mean, I guess I don't really know. How long do you think it takes to build infrastructure to actually start producing the chips? I mean,
did they even start that process? Because I don't even think
I
they
don't
did.
know. That's what I'm about to look up. How?
What I heard is I could be wrong. Is that they kind of basically they just like took that money and just kind of fucking for personal gain or something in some way, like instead of what it was intentioned for. So,
Intel's Ohio facilities are expected to go into production in either 26 or 7. That's when they're going to start producing chips.
Mm-hmm.
So a year or 2 from now. So I mean, what, 4 years took them to build infrastructure and everything? 4 or 5 years, maybe. Because the Chip Science Act went in 2022, I think. 21.
So have they actually invested much money into this, or are they just saying this? Are they actually putting the money into what it's being used for, or what? That's kind of the big question, right?
It says Intel Commerce Department finalized this. This was on November 2027. It says more than 2 years after President Trump Biden signed the CHIPS Act, Intel and Commerce Department has finally agreed to terms for the $7.9 billion federal grant that will be funded for some of the semiconductors' giant new plants in Ohio and other expansions in the United States. With Intel already in high volume production, leading edge semiconductors are once being made on American soil. Okay, he added the Intel.
Didn't the latest Intel fucking chips didn't they fucking just suck fucking bunch?
Well, no, it took a while for this last. They're about to come out with a new chip right now, actually, like a fancy chip. I was reading about that too, but so they'll probably have a big boost in sales in the next 5 months. But this article just says that they basically haven't spent that money much except for recently, where they started building these actual plants, which are supposed to go up and operational in 26/7. I could send you the link, I suppose. You can read it yourself. But I don't know. It's just good to have your own chips here in general.
Yo, I still can't believe that stupid motherfucker. What's her name? What's his name?
The guy earlier?
Yeah.
I can't remember either.
Fucking retard.
Yeah, there's been a couple of people that just. It's like you just gotta get the concept of what someone's saying. Like they're explaining it perfectly. Stop.
He's more interested in American politics than he'll ever be in Canadian politics. It's like these Canadians act like they live in America. They piss me off, dude. I fucking hate Canadians.
I get it.
They
I
fucking-
don't mind their
fucking
point of
piss me
view, but
off.
like, yeah, it's just like, oh, just make
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
you let
they're-
people know.
Yeah, it's like give your point of view, but stop acting like you got skin in this game. But
Yeah.
they're always like, well, you guys border our country, so it matters what you do. It's like, yeah, I get it, but you don't live here, right?
No, I
they
get
always
it.
act like they always act like they're like paying taxes here or some shit.
Yeah, like I said, as long as you tell people up front, I suppose, like, hey, I'm Canadian, so this is just my point of view, versus, like I said, when you string on like a 20, 30-minute conversation at the very end, you're like, oh yeah, well, guess what? I'm Canadian, or like,
Yeah,
I really don't care.
so
Like, oh, well, that's different now, right?
Yeah, 100%.
I feel that. But I'm about to go to bed, y'all. Peace out. Talk to y'all later.
Peace.
That was a good conversation at the end. I like that, dude.